This is the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the official streaming partner of the WPIAL, featuring exclusive coverage of all playoffs and championships. Stretching across 10 counties, 2,000 broadcasts a year, live and forever archived. Trib, hssn.triblive.com.
The high school football tradition in Beaver County lives right here on Beaver County Radio.
It's complete to John Lucas, the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
Snap is good. It is down. The kick is up and good.
He's got room. 10, 5, touchdown! You better believe it.
Today's game coverage is being brought to you by Dr. C. Timothy Lipp, Beaver County Career Technology Center, the Community College of Beaver County, Electric Garage Door Sales, Falcone's Moon Township Ford, the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Heritage Valley Health System, Fry Transportation, Medic Rescue, Kino Welpa, law firm of Luckenberg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, and the Lockwood Insurance Agency, among others. Now get ready because we're about to get kicking off on Beaver County Radio, Facebook Live, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Yeah. We got the biggest game of the season in 3A tonight here from Lensner Field, just off of Camp Horn Road. And tonight it's the Avonworth Antelopes coming in with a record of 7-1 and 3-0 in the Northwestern 6 against the Central Valley Warriors, the defending WPIAL and PIAA champions, 8-0 overall, 3-0 in the conference, and winners of 20 in a row. Their last loss all the way back in December of 2019 in the state title game. It's Central Valley and Avonworth with Jason Colangelo. I'm Bob Barrick. Been rainy night. It's not pouring, but it's enough to be perhaps a factor here in the artificial surface here in Ohio Township. Jason, this is a big one. Central Valley's been waiting for an opponent that might be able to push them a little bit. Avonworth thinks they can provide the test.
Yeah, it's one of those matchups where you have the hunted Central Valley and the hunter Avonworth. Central Valley gearing up for this battle tonight, coming in as the defending champion and ranked number 1. Everybody feeling as if they are the team to beat. And Avonworth, meanwhile, the upstart, number 3, coming in, wanting to get that signature win. And boy, this would be it against Central Valley. It's a heavyweight fight, and it's a puncher's chance for Avonworth, but they got to draw early blood against the champion and rattle them a little bit in the early rounds.
Our Beaver County Career and Technology Center pregame show underway. Got a little bit of a late start. A lot of media here tonight trying to get situated, but thanks to Curtis Walsh and his dad Keith, along with Gavin Reese, and our producer back at the studio, Malik Garrett, who will be looking at the Fry Transportation Update Desk, including the game on WNBA tonight. Quaker Valley and Ambridge, that winner tonight pretty much sews up a playoff berth inside of 3A, also in the Northwestern 6. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout for our proud game sponsors, and we'll be back after this. From Beaver County Career and Technology Center, Central Valley, ranked number 1 in the state, against Avonworth, number 3 in the WPIL. Something has to give tonight on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sport.
In sports broadcast, the pregame show will set the stage for the upcoming game coverage. In life, a pre-career start at the Beaver County Career Technology Center can set up your high school student for life. Did you know that graduates are making substantial wages, some over 6 figures? This is possible without student loan debt. It's true. With more, here's Beaver County CTC Administrative Director David Whitez.
This is David Whitez, Administrative Director at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center. BC CTC is proud to play a part in the new industrial boom in Beaver County. The training we provide for our students enables them to land outstanding and, quite frankly, lucrative careers in the trades, and has changed Beaver County in a very positive way, all at the same time.
Let the Beaver County CTC open doors for you in the game of life. Click bcctc.org. navigating healthcare should be easy. Heritage Valley Medical Neighborhoods offer the care you need most in one convenient location. Access walk-in clinics, primary care, lab, diagnostic imaging, and other services at one of Heritage Valley's 7 medical neighborhoods. There's no need to travel far for quality health care. Find a medical neighborhood near you at heritagevalley.org. Heritage Valley and you, uniquely connected for life. Can you make a difference in the welfare of a fellow citizen by visiting your local credit union? Yes, when you choose Friendly Federal Credit Union. Visit Friendly Federal Credit Union in Aliquippa or Beta now, and when you donate cash to the 30th Annual Women's Center campaign, you'll be supporting and helping people who need it the most, and you'll be automatically entered to win a holiday gift card. No purchase necessary. Click friendlyfcu.org or follow on Facebook and Twitter.
Friendly Federal Credit Union. You got a friend.
Listening to live sports on the radio in Beaver County is a tradition. This is Craig Fontana from Moon Township Ford, and I ought to know. My dad, Bill Fontana, has called games for over 50 years. Beaver County people know a good call when they hear one, and the best call you can make is to buy your next new or used vehicle at Moon Township Ford. Click moontownshipford.net or visit Moon Township Ford on University Boulevard.
Balcones Moon Township Ford, we're friends, central.
Well, the Avonworth Antelopes will be in front of us. Great vantage point. Thank you to Athletic Director Andrea Patton for setting us up tonight across the way where there are no stands. So everybody who's attending is in front of us tonight, either in powder and blue or red and gray. And the Central Valley Warriors in their white tops and the blue bottoms and the powder blue helmets, and the Avonworth Antelopes in their gray tops and bottoms and the white helmets with the red numerals and the white trim. Jason, Avonworth last year under veteran coach Duke Johncore was not invited to the WPIL playoffs. After going to the state championship game 2 years ago in 2A, last year they jumped up to 3A. They were supposed to play Central Valley, but it was ruled a no contest because of the COVID situation. This becomes the first game. But Duke Johncore, as he was quoted in the Post-Gazette, not real happy that a team that was the defending champion did not get a bid. This might be a statement game for this program to let the WPIL know that they're out there.
Well, in games like this, you don't really need an extra motivator because it's number 3 against number 1, and we all know the pedigree that Central Valley brings into this contest. But in case they needed just a little bit of extra juice, perhaps that gives it to the Antelopes. Obviously, we know Central Valley is going to be ready tonight. Both of these teams know how big the implications are.
Well, ones must be wild for Landon Alexander. He has 1,111 yards rushing for Central Valley. That's good for number 1 in the WPIL. He averages 11.1 yards per carry. And if that's not enough, Central Valley's offense averaging about 48 a game, first overall regardless of classification.
Well, you average over 11 yards a carry. That is that's quite a number for a running back.
It certainly is. And Central Valley will kick off to start tonight's football game. And getting ready to do so, a very efficient junior at Serafino DeSantis. Avonworth will move from our vantage point from left to right. Their only loss, a 19-16 decision to number 1 in 2A, and that's Stowe Rocks. The only puzzle, at least in this neck of the woods, Avonworth only defeating Southside 12-7. It was a great effort by the Southside Rams. They might need to play a lot better tonight against the Warriors. This one angles away, hits at the 15, and takes a weird bounce back at the 8-yard line, and that is about where they're going to start. They're going to give them near the 10, but it took a tricky bounce, and it was very confusing, and Avonworth will have to start near their own 10-yard line.
It was perfectly placed by DeSantis. He got that ball to drop, and almost like a sand wedge, it just stopped right there in that corner, right at about the 5-yard line, and really forced the returner to make a decision, a snap decision, and obviously Avonworth begins in a hole inside their own 10-yard line.
the Avonworth quarterback, and he's a pretty good one. In the shotgun goes the QB, and Nate Harper. Harper bobbles, and he has to fall on top of the football. Might have been a little antsy, maybe early game jitters, and that's going to be no gain. Might be a slight loss on the play, and it will be back to about the 6-yard line. So it's second down, and the mishandled snap already costing Avonworth.
First time we played in kind of chilly, wet conditions, a little dampness on the football coupled with the nerves.
Spread offense, 3 receivers to the far side for the Avonworth Antelopes. And the snap. Rolling right is Harper. Harper looks his pass, and it's going to be in front of the intended receiver. They tried to get the football into the hands of Peyton Faulkner, who is their leading receiver, but easily defended. That's going to be third down and 14.
Yeah, they had 3 receivers deployed to that right side, and they all come across the field to the strength, and then they roll that way as well. That gives a good vantage point for the quarterback to spot a receiver, but good coverage in the secondary by Central Valley seals everything up.
Now, their leading rusher on the season is Eden Siam, and he comes in with over 700 yards, but this looks like a passing down for the Avonworth Antelopes of Coach Duke Johncourt in his 11th year, and Mark Lyons in his 12th year at Central Valley and his 21st overall as a head coach. Pass down the field, and it's going to be way long. The offensive receiver covered by 2 white jerseys, and already Avonworth will be punting from the middle of their end zone.
Yeah, tough 3 and out there for Avonworth because you begin in the shadow of your own goalpost. You want to get something going just to get some more room to operate from a punting perspective, but now Central Valley is going to get excellent field position.
Well, the game, of course, on Beaver County Radio and Facebook Live, and we got a good luck from our good Central Valley fan, Kira, says, "Good luck, gentlemen. This one a wobbly kick. It's going to hit inside the 40, picked up at the 42-yard line, and that is Landon Alexander still on his feet, finally knocked out of bounds near the 25-yard line. They'll say the 27, and Central Valley will start 1st and 10 from the Avonworth 27-yard line.
Fine return by Alexander there. The ball bounced, but it took a true bounce. Alexander, realizing that there was nobody really in the vicinity, had time to secure the football first and foremost. Then once he did, was able to move it upfield.
Well, great field position. And the quarterback is Antoine Johnson, who was one of our guests at the Coach's Corner on Wednesday night at the studio, and Landon Alexander. And this one, a sideline pass, and it's out of the reach of Landon. So that one got away from the junior quarterback. And I think that was Matt Merritt with the, was that Merritt or no? It was Andrew. It was Antoine Johnson. You know what though? I'm not so sure. It's hard to tell the 5 from a 6, but I guess it was 5. And it's going to be second down for Central Valley. 2 receivers line up beside each other. This time the handoff, and it goes to Alexander. Alexander bangs off the right side. Not a whole lot, but he stays on his feet, and he mustered a couple extra yards, and that's the leading rusher for you in the WPIAL. Gets down to about the 21. We'll call it third down and 4.
Yeah, that's a good run by Alexander, and a good job of keeping those legs churning and moving the pile forward, because it was jammed up there at the line of scrimmage, and he was able to make something out of nothing.
Third down and 4 for the Warriors. And off, and pass over the middle, it's caught! Down at the 5, down at the 1-yard line. Javen Thompson hauls it in, and it's 1st and goal for Central Valley.
Yeah, just a simple slant pattern there, and perfectly thrown right on time. And a good first down there, 1st and goal at the 1, and Central Valley in business early, looking to get the early lead here against Avonworth.
So Johnson, the quarterback, finds Thompson over the middle, and Central Valley's about a yard away from taking the lead. Full house backfield. And this time Johnson calls his own number, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. Antoine Johnson had a nice hole off the left side, easily goes in for the score, and it's 6-0 Warriors.
Bob, so many times we talk about all three elements of good winning football, and we saw that displayed there. Central Valley with a perfectly executed kick to begin the game gets Avonworth deep in its own territory, and then a great punt return puts them in good stead to execute a scoring drive.
So a 27-yard drive, and the kick by Serafino DeSantis is good, and he is another weapon for Central Valley. We'll take a minute timeout. Central Valley strikes first, 7-0 Warriors on Beaver County Radio, Trib Live, and Facebook Live.
Community College of Beaver County is more than a place to build a career, it's a place to belong. With extra financial grants and less fees, programs that get you to graduation or on the job fast, flexible courses that come straight to you, and full support along the way, CCBC offers real learning for real life. Don't just attend college, experience it. Visit ccbc.edu to browse classes and get started, or call 724-480-3504 to connect with CCBC. You belong here.
How can I help my child to make positive choices?
Start with a conversation. Start making the difference.
Beaver County Parents, is your child between the ages of 10 and 14? If so, Keystone Wellness Programs is offering the Strengthening Families program in your area. This free program is designed for families to have fun together while learning ways to promote family bonding and communications. For more information about upcoming sessions near you, visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org.
Paid for with PA taxpayer dollars.
Ian Sam, thank you. Okay. All right, we're ready for game action, and on the far side of the field is Miller, and Miller will be stopped at about the 25-yard line, and Avonworth, which went 3 and out, and had to kick from their end zone to give Central Valley a short field, which the Warriors turned into points, and now this is their second opportunity at their own 25.
One of the most important things that an offense can do to get going and get on track is to win on first down. And in the first play from scrimmage, Avonworth was a disaster. They nearly lost the football in a fumble.
Well, they haven't run the ball yet, and now they get the call in from the near sideline. Ian Sam is their leading rusher. S-Y-A-M, but pronounced Sam, and he's going to get the call, and he won't get anywhere. He'll lose maybe a yard. If he's lucky, he gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down.
Avonworth was deploying trips to the right side to begin the game on its first drive. This time they go double wing and tighten everything up, go more with a power look, just trying to get something positive, and doesn't work against that stout front of Central Valley.
Second down and 11. 9:15 to go in the first quarter on WNBA tonight. Mike Azadi and a Bruce Fry. Quaker Valley at Ambridge, also here in the Northwestern 6 tonight at Mo Rubenstein. Pitch out will go to the right. Looking for the edge and getting to the corner and getting out near the 30. It'll be a gain of 6. It'll bring up third down and 5. And that is Sam on the run, or was it the other running back who goes along with him, and Nick Fenters? It'll be third down and about 5 for Avonworth.
Once he got the corner, Javen Thompson did a very good job of coming across the field in pursuit to limit the gain and make it third down and a long 5.
So a big down for especially Avonworth, down 7-0. Now in the shotgun goes Nate Harper. Third down and 5.
They go double receivers to either side of the formation here.
And the pass and the catch, and it's going to be good enough for the first down.
Good recognition there at that time, and a good reception by Faulkner hauling it in. He saw and recognized that Rylan Jeter was giving him a little bit of room, and he just sat down right there at the first down marker. Good recognition.
Initial first down for Avonworth at the 38-yard line. Avonworth moving from left to right. They have the same setup. 2 receivers to the far left, 2 to the right. the short side right. This time the pass, it's caught, and getting about 4, maybe just 3, and that is Faulkner, their leading receiver, who came into the night with 20 receptions. Now he's up to 22.
They send Neo Miller, the other receiver, on a fly and trying to get him space, get Faulkner space. They did. Faulkner just slipped underneath for a minimal gain, but still yet another completion for the Antelopes.
Avonworth a couple years ago winning the WPIL championship. They had a tremendous running back named Jax Miller. Now, they don't have that kind of a running game, but maybe a better passing game than they possibly had a couple years ago. This time in motion, a man left, inside handoff, and it goes, and it's going to be about 3 more, and getting the call for the Lopes.
Biagarelli, and he was the sidecar in that formation. Biagarelli took the handoff, and he made a nice little subtle cut there. It was a pretty good cut to get an extra couple of yards, much more manageable from a down and distance perspective, 3rd and 4.
So 3rd down and 4 for the Antelopes from the 43. Might be 4-down territory if they get close to the 1st down. Now it's Harper, pass, and it's bobbled, and it's intercepted at the 48-yard line, and down the field for Central Valley, a convenient hop into the hands of Bryce Wilson. It went off the hand of Faulkner, and Wilson picks it off, and it's a 1st down for Central Valley at the Avonworth 25.
You want to talk about having a nose for the football and not giving up on the play that time. Perfect position off that deflection. Bryce Wilson seeing and recognizing where it was carrying and just pouncing on it.
So the Wilson interception on 3rd down off the deflected pass, and Central Valley has it 1st down at the Avonworth 26, leading 7-0. This time the handoff, and it'll be a keeper by Johnson, and Johnson had them thinking it was going to be a pitch to Alexander, and now Johnson going down easily. He buys himself a couple extra yards to the 19, and that'll be a gain of 7.
I think he was ruled down, but it was kind of a soft whistle, so he just kept playing right through it, and finally they had to make sure that everybody was on the same page and whistled it dead.
Matt Merritt was the starting quarterback early, but he got hurt early in the season, and Antoine Johnson has really secured the position. And now Alexander looking for some room. He's going to get the 1st down. He didn't look like he had much, but he gets it down to about the 12-yard line, and that'll be a fresh set for the eventual, well, I should say the defending state champions. They hope, and I'm right, I was starting to say eventual, but there's a long way to go.
Yeah, and that's another good run by Alexander. This is a guy that finishes runs off, just doesn't quit on the play. And as I said, those legs continue to move, and that's how you gain extra yardage. And it's bared out in the statistics, 11.1 yards per carry. Ain't too shabby, as they say, Mr. Berkman.
No. I'll even let you say ain't on our broadcast. This time on 1st down, and on the run, it goes to Alexander again, and he's in for the touchdown. Alexander just refused to say quit, and he goes 12 yards for the touchdown, and it's 13-0.
A pretty impressive run again for Alexander, and Central Valley taking advantage of that short field again, this time off of the turnover. Their average starting field position has been inside the 30-yard line, and it's much easier to put yourself on the scoreboard when you're beginning that deep in your opponent's territory.
So Alexander goes 12 yards for the touchdown, and DeSantis boots it through. Well, when you give the team 2 possessions at the opposing team's 27 and 26, you're asking for problems. And Central Valley answers twice. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Central Valley 14, Avonworth nothing. On Beaver County Radio, WBVP 99.3 FM, and Trib Live Sports.
They say imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. If that's true, then people must really be impressed with me. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, Jim Riggio from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. You see, at this time of year, lots of people try to look just like me and put on their superhero outfits as costumes. The only difference is, at the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, we act like superheroes all year round with service that would make any Cape Crusader proud. This is the Aquaman from Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Jim Riggio, wishing you a festive and safe Halloween. Click bfwater.net.
So Central Valley in this showdown in the Northwestern 6 has put 14 points on the board, and we've completed just over the halfway mark of this first period. DeSantis high but short and fielding it at the 14. And that is Miller. And Miller is flipped in the air. He'll get to the 25, but not much of a return, about 11 yards on the return. And Avonworth's offense on the field for the third time. They showed promise in possession number 2, Jason, but the fortunate deflection that went into the hands of Bryce Wilson sets up the Alexander score.
This is an imperative possession here. They've got to make something happen. 3 receivers out to the wide side on that right side nearest to us, and they got to get something going here offensively.
They got 3 receivers to the strong side right. And Sam is the lone back behind. Now he sets up behind or beside Harper, and this time in some trouble, and Harper is going to be brought down. It's going to be a sack for Central Valley. It'll be a loss of 3 back to the 20. A host of white jerseys in on the stop, and you have to believe that somewhere in the vicinity was the Pitt recruit, Sean Fitzsimmons.
Central Valley just not committing a lot of defensive backs over to those receivers. They're playing one-on-one and just daring them to beat them and keeping people in the box, and it's just not giving a lot of time and space to throw the football.
Pass over the middle, it's deflected, and it is intercepted. And that was Javen Thompson on the pick. Another deflection goes into the hands of a Warrior. And no, I think that was Wilson again, perhaps, who picked it off. And his knee touched the carpet here at Lesnar Field, which made it an automatic stoppage, but Central Valley will take over at the 27-yard line.
So that is 3 possessions now, 26-yard line, 27-yard line, and now here we go again at the 27-yard line. Central Valley deep in Avonworth territory, already leading it by 14-0, looking to add on here in the first quarter.
Central Valley, and this time the pass, it goes to Alexander. He twists and turns down to the 10, and it's going to be first down and might be first and goal.
Boy, the ball is bouncing Central Valley's way early in this thing. That went straight up in the air and right into the waiting arms of Alexander, who spins away from the defender and gets it right at about the 10-yard line. I think it's going to be first and goal.
So Central Valley has 2 interceptions. It was hard to see the number on the far side. I believe it was Wilson. Could have been Javen Thompson. We'll confirm that later. Backs are split now for Central Valley. It's first down and goal. This time on the option, it's Johnson. Johnson trying to get to the edge, not much there. Maybe got a yard.
And that was Merritt in this time.
Oh,
this
time Matt Merritt,
yeah.
the short yardage quarterback for the Warriors. So Matt Merritt getting an opportunity, but Johnson's back on the field now for Central Valley.
And they ran Merritt to that right side, and he was unable to turn that corner and get up the field. They just strung it out long enough that the pursuit got to him.
Matt's still a solid linebacker for Central Valley, but early injuries hurt him in the QB department. This time it's Alexander, and he's down to maybe the 1, possibly the 1-yard line. They'll have 2 chances inside the 2.
Bob, I saw Alexander. That it looked like he was going to go sweetness on us and just leap over everybody for a second, but right as he made that, got ready to make that leap, he got tackled.
Doesn't he watch Najee Harris of the Steelers?
That's correct.
He has that down to a science. But Landon's pretty good. Now full house backfield. And it's going to go to Thompson. Thompson fighting. Thompson end zone.
Yes.
Javen Thompson, the junior, gets into the end zone. And Central Valley has upped its lead to 19-0.
Looked like he was going to be stopped initially, but Thompson on second effort sheds off the would-be tackler and hurls his way forward into the end zone.
So Thompson on the 1-yard run, and Central Valley with 3:32 to go in the first quarter explodes for 21 after the extra point is good by DeSantis. we'll take a minute timeout. We might be able to get you an early score or two from WNBA, amongst others from Malik Garrett. It's 21-0 Central Valley. And we'll take this minute break on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
In order to call the right play, you have to be able to communicate. Dental hygiene not only affects appearance and eating habits, it can also have an impact on your ability to speak clearly. Dr. C. Timothy Lip wants you to keep your teeth in the game, and he has a playbook designed for success so that you can call the right play or even call an audible. Get suited up for a win, or at least a winning smile, by joining Dr. C. Timothy Lip's team in Beaver Falls or Robinson Township. Visit lipdentistry.com.
I just love my Tyler Mountain Waterman.
That's something I hear all the time. This is Stefan Sasek from Tri-State Waters. I'm the guy that is out and about delivering that Tyler Mountain 100% natural spring water. I'm everywhere from New Brighton to Old Economy. Tri-State Waters delivers, and I'm the one driving the truck. From Beaver to Raccoon Township, I'm the waterman they love and the waterman that delivers. We even go to Poland, well, Ohio that is. If you need home or office delivery, call today and ask for Stefan, 724-774-4644.
And the kickoff, breaking a tackle and getting a good return out to the 30-yard line.
This is the best field position that Avonworth has began with in this contest, and it's not great, mind you, at the 30, but it's a lot better than what they've been accustomed to this point, and they need a touchdown to try and get back into this game. Central Valley has just overwhelmed them in the early going.
That was Neo Miller on the return for Avonworth. And on WNBA, Ambridge has taken a 7-0 lead and a big one over Quaker Valley. Micah Zadie and Bruce Fry with the call there. It's already 21-0. Central Valley's worst field position on 3 possessions, the 27 of Avonworth. And they have gotten 3 touchdowns this time on first down, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Matt Merritt with the stop. And now we get word. Cecil Brazos, an assistant coach for Central Valley, tells us it was Javen Thompson on the second interception. So Thompson and Wilson both with 1 in this first period.
Again, Avonworth unable to get going on first down. It's 2nd and 10, and that allows Central Valley to attack, and they have done just that all evening long here in this first quarter.
2:50 left in the opening period. Already 21-0 Central Valley, going for their 21st consecutive win. This time on the edge, and Sam gets nowhere. He'll lose a couple Warriors in on the stop. Fitzsimmons is one of them, and let's also give out a shout to that might have been Thompson also coming up to make the tackle for the Central Valley Warriors. Fitzsimmons is a terrier.
Yeah,
what more can you say?
He can cave in an offensive line almost single-handedly.
3rd down and about 13. This time coming in on the blitz, but getting out of there's Harper. He gets rid of it, but he has nowhere to go with the football.
Well, that was Merritt. That was like a heat-seeking missile from the corner on that blitz, the outside linebacker spot coming around the corner on that blitz, and just had to evacuate the scene if you're the quarterback there, because if not, you're going to get pummeled. And again, another 3 and out and no life for Avonworth's offense, and it's going to be another good field position situation here for Central Valley.
And Alexander is back at his own 45 to receive the punt. And Avonworth, which was gearing up for this one, in trouble. And this one angles out of bounds, and it's going to be around midfield. Actually better than that. So it'll be the 4th consecutive time in 4 times overall that Central Valley will begin in Avonworth real estate. They'll settle for the 46 on this possession.
They just can't get out of their own way offensively, and Central Valley's defense has just been piercing through that offensive line, just dominating up front.
Well, Central Valley's defense is very solid, and probably a lot of the points they've given up has been after blowouts have occurred. This time, rolling right, that's Johnson's pass, and it skips in front of the intended receiver.
Alexander on that fake. It faked me out for a moment, and I'm telling you, Bob, if he gets that ball in his hands, there's synthetic real estate ahead of him. The artificial turf here.
Second down at 10. About the first time that Central Valley has done nothing on any snap in this period. So it's second down for the Warriors, moving from right to left. Clock now reading 1:46 left in the opening quarter, and they're already looking for their fourth score of the night. This time the low snap, it goes to Alexander, and they get him this time. And the leading rusher in the WPIL stopped in his track.
Let me tell you who came up big there. Kevin Felter. He goes 6'3", 300 pounds, and he was standing in the backfield when that handoff came to him, and he was waiting for him like a big bear, just wrapping his arms around the ball carrier.
Well, this is the first time that Avonworth's in a position to get their defense off the field. Now, Mark Lyons might consider going for it on fourth down if it gets the fourth down. In the gun goes Antoine Johnson, the junior. He has Alexander to his right. Johnson looks off the back foot. His ball's going to be intercepted by Miller at the 20. First turnover, and Miller, he's still on his feet. He's at the 40, 30, finally driven out of bounds at the 31-yard line by Thompson. So Avonworth, they needed to get their fans a wake-up call, and Miller provides it with the interception and the long return.
You know, that's a tough play to go against Johnson. He had pressure coming right up the middle. He knew he was going to take a shot. He did indeed take that shot and had to throw it off his back foot. We have flags down. I don't know if that's on the return or not.
Yeah, looks like a lot of this is going to come back. They will get the football, but there is a marker right at the 45-yard line. So,
but Bob, just to finish that point, Johnson had no time to set his feet. He had to throw that football off his back foot and kind of loft it up in the air for grabs, and it's on 3rd and long, so you got to take a shot at it. But unfortunately for Johnson, it gets picked off, and as you mentioned, this return that was such a bright spot for Avonworth be nullified on the illegal block.
Well, they were hoping to have possession in the 30s in Central Valley territory. Instead, it'll be in the 30s in Avonworth real estate. They do get the football, their first positive play of the game, the interception by Miller, but this is going to take the ball. Boy, this is a major one. That's a 15-yard penalty. That's going to go all the way back to the 30.
Yeah, we never did get the word from the officiating crew of what the actual call was, but so there was a personal foul after the interception.
Oh, yeah, I knew they had the football.
Yeah. No, I knew that, but I thought it was a chop block or something like that. It was actually a personal foul after the play.
Yeah, well, it happened around the 45-yard line, and they got their hand caught in the cookie jar. So this Avonworth offense, which could have really used the 31 of Central Valley, settles for their own 30. So that's a 40-yard difference. This time the quick out pass caught by Miller, and a flag comes in from the side judge. And that's going to be a short gain, and let's check out what this is all about.
Could this be a pick against an offensive pass interference call against Avonworth? Because I don't know what else it could have been unless it was holding against the corner. I'm not so sure there was any contact with the actual player that made the reception.
Matt Merritt seems to think it's going to go against the offense of Avonworth.
Yeah, it may have been a situation where Avonworth impeded the defender's ability to kind of make a play on that football, almost like a pick of some sort. An offensive pass interference would be the call if that's the case.
Well, the judge saw it about 20 yards downfield.
Yep, that's exactly what it is, Bob. The back judge threw it from way back behind the play. So apparently what had happened there was it was a quick hitch, and they didn't allow the defender to come up and make a play on the football. It's ruled pass interference on the offense, and look, here we go again now. Avonworth marches it back now to their own 20.
Very observant, Mr. Colangelo. Couple other scores. Beaver Falls has taken a 6-0 lead over Neshannock. Moon 6-0 over Bethel Park. those scores from Malik Garrett at the Fry Transportation Update Desk. And the game on WNBA sees Ambridge on top of Quaker Valley 7-0. This time back to throw is Miller. Miller's hit as he delivers the football. They're going to say an incomplete pass, and he was hammered.
Yeah, the play action stuff just isn't working, and the reason why it's not working is twofold. Number one, you've shown no ability to run the football, and number two, they are flying from all directions at him in the blitz department and getting good pressure up front as well. So any delay is going to result in you not having the opportunity to deliver the football.
And Fitzsimmons is in there again, and he can hurt you. Now it's 2nd down and 20. Could be the final play of the first quarter with 21 ticks left and a 21-0 lead for Central Valley. Now Avonworth's going to have to hurry to get this play off. They're taking a lot of time, and they will call a timeout.
Timeout called by Avonworth.
So let's take a quick 30. It's 21-0 Central Valley. Back after this on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live.
Have peace of mind that when an emergency strikes, we'll be there. That's why a Medic Rescue membership is so important. Medic Rescue has been Beaver County's #1 provider of emergency medical care and transport services for over 40 years. Our trained paramedics and emergency medical technicians are knowledgeable, experienced, and can evaluate emergencies quickly and accurately so that you get the life-saving care you need. Get the comfort that comes with a Medic Rescue membership. Call today, 724-728-3621. Medic Rescue, caring for our community.
In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the Drug-Free Community Support Program. Now in its 4th year of serving Aliquippa, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. The Drug-Free Community Support Program in Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
Harper forced the run, could not find an open receiver, and he does a good job. He gets to the 32. He's going to be about 8 yards short of the first down, but now it's a manageable 3rd down and distance for Avonworth.
Sound decision that time by Harper. Really had nobody downfield and saw a lane and then got up the field quickly.
3rd down and 8.
14-7 now, Aliquippa leading Blackhawk in the first period. Now 3rd down and 8. Back to throw, pass. Nice catch.
Nope.
No, he did not hold on. That was Faulkner. Coverage on the far side by Central Valley.
Rylan Jeter did an excellent job that time. He had the good coverage, and he got a hand in there. As soon as that ball was delivered, it looked like for a moment that big frame from Faulkner was going to be able to haul it in, but I think Jeter had a lot to do with him not being able to secure the catch. And again, with his heels buried just inside the 40, excellent return possibility here for Central Valley and more good field position.
So they have to kick it away. Wobbly one. It's angles away. Now Alexander will at the 30. Alexander is going to be stopped at the 35-yard line. Nice open field tackle, and that was Faulkner, I believe, on the stop for and that will do it for one quarter. We'll take a minute timeout. What a first period for the defending state champions. Central Valley 21, Avonworth nothing. Now this minute timeout on WBVP 99.3 FM, Facebook Live, and across the globe on Trib Live.
In sports broadcast, the pregame show will set the stage for the upcoming game coverage. In life, a pre-career start at the Beaver County Career Technology Center can set up your high school student for life. Did you know that graduates are making substantial wages, some over 6 figures? This is possible without student loan debt. It's true. With more, here's Beaver County CTC Administrative Director David Whiteheads.
This is David Whiteheads, Administrative Director at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center. BCCTC is proud to play a part in the new industrial boom in Beaver County. The training we've come to land outstanding and, quite frankly, lucrative careers in the trades, and has changed Beaver County in a very positive way, all at the same time.
Let the Beaver County CTC open doors for you in the game of life. Click bcctc.org.
This will be the first time that Central Valley will start in its own territory, now in its 5th possession of the night. They lead at 21-0. The Warriors start at their own 35, and the give goes to Alexander. Alexander couldn't quite get to the edge. There's a loose football, and it's out, or is it out of bounds? No, it's Avonworth football. So 2 consecutive snaps end up in Avonworth's possession, and this time they will start in the CV 30s.
Bob, Alexander gave up a little ground trying to make a big run there. He had about 5 yards, but then he backed up just a couple of steps, and that allowed the defenders to converge on him, and that's when he lost the handle on the football. So I don't want to say he was greedy by any stretch of the imagination. When a runner like that, you always want to give him the opportunity to make a play, but that just hesitation allowed the defenders to get to him.
So Avonworth has its first golden opportunity, and around the left side and getting some good yardage down to about the 26-yard line, and that should be enough for a first down.
Probably the best executed play offensively of the night for Avonworth. He just rolled to the left side with that formation and
Ian
some good
Sam
yardage.
on the run. Now in the gun goes the quarterback and Harper. It goes to Sam again, this time to the far side. Can he get to the edge? No, not much there. He might have gotten 2 to the 24. It'll be second down for Avonworth, in dire need of a touchdown. They trail it 21-0 with 11:18 left in the second period.
Sam is a guy at 5'7", 170, trying to get to the corner there. There was a little hole if he cuts it up immediately, but probably not a guy that wants to run between the tackles. He's looking to bounce it out.
Harper in the shotgun. He has Sam to his right. One receiver to the left. And that is Austin Johncourt, I believe the son of the head coach. This time to run, it goes to about the 22, maybe a gain of 2. Obviously 4-down territory for the Antelopes. It's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, you get that turnover that you're looking for, some sort of momentum changer in this football game. You get it. You certainly want to take advantage of it. And off of the heels of that turnover, the quickest way to seize that momentum is to get in the end zone, and I think you got to go for the 4th down if you don't get it here.
There's no question, no matter what develops on this 3rd down. Now head coach Duke Johncourt is counting on his offense to deliver on 3rd down and 6. This time to run, trying to get to the edge of Sam, and Sam's able to get there. He scoots out of bounds, but it's a first down for Avonworth at the 15.
Wow, that was an excellent run and a great use of the stiff arm there to gain the corner. The defender had a chance at him, just swatted him away, gets the first down, and Avonworth's in business.
Avonworth in a hurry-up offense. No huddle. In the gun goes Harper. Harper gives it to Sam. Sam trying to get to the edge. Sam, and he's going to get close to 5, down to the 10. So this offense is starting to open up now. The offensive line starting to give some room to run for Ian Sam.
But you notice what they've done. They've simplified things. They're not spreading out as much. They're not trying to go play action. It's pretty much right at Central Valley. It's the first time they've done that all evening long.
Now it's 2nd down and 5. And the give again to Sam. Sam this time, he can't get to the edge. No gain on that one. Yeah. It'll be 3rd down and a long 5.
That's a good effort there by Brett Fitzsimmons to set the edge and force the ball carrier inside of him, and that's where everybody was waiting for him in white jerseys.
They're down and close to 5 for Avonworth.
Extra look to the sidelines now to gain the signal on 3rd and 5. This is a big play for Avonworth.
It's 3rd down now, and they need 5.
Extra glance over there to the sideline again.
And on 3rd down, here's the pitch. and nothing doing. Getting in there to say hello in the backfield for Sam. A big loss. Matt Merritt, boy, can he deliver. And it's going to be 4th down, and they're going to need 11 for the first down.
Well, Bob, you have to on a speed option. You got to kind of draw defenders to you if you're the quarterback, and he's not taking any time to allow that play to develop. He just pitches it immediately, and that allows everybody to hone in on where the football is pretty quickly.
So on 4th down, and they're taking a lot of time. They've already used one timeout, and now they're going to use another one.
Yeah, I think they sense how momentous this down is. You just can't come up empty here.
All right, let's take a 30-second timeout. 21-0 Central Valley on Beaver County Radio.
Navigating healthcare should be easy. Heritage Valley Medical Neighborhoods offer the care you need most in one convenient location. Access walk-in clinics, primary care, lab, diagnostic imaging, and other services at one of Heritage Valley's 7 medical neighborhoods. There's no need to travel far for quality healthcare. Find a medical neighborhood near you at heritagevalley.org. Heritage Valley and you, uniquely connected for life.
So on 4th down, Avonworth is going to need 11 to move the chains. They're at the 15-yard line. Now back to throw. They're giving Harper some room, and the pass is dropped. He had it, but could not haul it in.
And again, a well-timed hit by Javen Thompson, just sticking that shoulder in there and prying it loose.
And that was Faulkner over the middle, and you have to give the credit to Harper. He drilled it right where it needed to be, but the Central Valley defender was there waiting.
Not only that, Bob, the ball was perfectly placed because it was in his chest. It allowed him to secure the football and protect from the defender.
So the threat by Avonworth goes by the wayside, and this time on 1st down it's Alexander, and he's got a 1st down out past the 25-yard line.
Good call there because Alexander coughed the football up the last time. He ran great all night before that. You go right back to him, get you the 1st down.
Central Valley has not had to experience a long drive. 27, 26, and 27 yards on their possessions. And it's 1st down for Central Valley at their own 27 with 7.5 minutes to go in the second quarter here from Lesnar Field off of Camp Horn Road. This time looking, and the run gets to the 30, about a gain of 4. And on that carry was Brett Fitzsimmons, the younger brother of the Pitt recruit Sean Fitzsimmons.
I was watching Jack Bible in that play. Seemed to be maybe a cramp issue for him.
Who's that?
Jack Bible, the big senior tight end.
He was a big weapon in that game that we carried a few weeks ago at Central Valley against Newcastle. This time on 2nd down. And this time on the carry, and it will go to that's Fitzsimmons, and he gets to about the 34. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Among others, in on the tackle for Avonworth.
Well, Avonworth would love to get off the field here on 3rd and long 2 for Central Valley. They would love to get a little crack at it here with just under 6.5 to play in the second quarter. Oh, we got a penalty marker here. Is that an illegal substitution?
This could be a tough one against Central Valley. They had 3rd and 3.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
That's going to be a substitution foul. Good call, Jason. That's going to move the ball back inside the 30, make it 3rd down and 8. Now, Antoine Johnson hasn't had to throw the ball really at all tonight. I mean, the field position's been great.
Yeah, he had that interception on 3rd and long, but remember, that was a situation where on 3rd and long he had to throw up his back foot, but not able to step into the throw. We'll see if he can deliver with accuracy here if they go that route.
Johnson.
Of course, you got a guy that's averaging 11 yards a carry in the backfield, too. You can't pull him out.
We'll see what they do, and they will run it. And Alexander is on the move, and he's got the first down and room to spare. He needed 8. He gets 11 to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's always – it's never a bad move to hand it off to a guy that's averaging over 10 yards per run because most times it's going to be a positive gainer.
Well, the hole was there right away, and I think Avonworth had to anticipate a pass. Now on first down, it'll go to Alexander again, and he fights for about 3, maybe 4, out to the 44. 2nd down and 6. Alexander is that type of guy. If you think he's going to get 3, he'll give you 5. If you think 7, he'll find a way to get 9. He's a guy who just does not finish the play, Jason. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
He is at 6'1", 190. He has good size and good strength, but he can move subtly and get around people as well.
Alexander again, he stumbles, did not quite get to the stick. His knee touches at the 49. It'll bring up 3rd and 1 for Central Valley with a 21-0 lead, looking for their 21st victory in succession.
Good 3rd and 1 here for Central Valley. Of course, they want that possession maintained to keep that clock moving, going into this intermission up big, and obviously Avonworth wants to try and, as I said, get one last shot at it here to try and work their way back into the game. So Central Valley trying to play keep away here late in the 2nd quarter.
Both teams have committed 2 turnovers, but the 2 turnovers by Avonworth has really cost them. Now we're going to have a timeout, Central Valley.
Timeout called by Central Valley.
And we'll take a 30-second break. Warriors near midfield, and they lead at 21-0 on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live.
Listening to live sports on the radio in Beaver County is a tradition. This is Craig Fontana from Moon Township Ford, and I ought to know. My dad, Bill Fontana, has called games for over 50 years. Beaver County people know a good call when they hear one, and the best call you can make is to buy your next new or used vehicle at Moon Township Ford. Click moontownshipford.net or visit Moon Township Ford on University Boulevard.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
0, Gavin. And we return. 3rd down and 1 for Central Valley at their 49. Avonworth is threatened once, but a big play, loss in the backfield on the running back, Ian Sam, blew up that possession. And now Central Valley will have it 3rd down and 1, just a yard shy of midfield. They have a full house behind, and now that offensive line easily paves the way for the keeper by Johnson.
Bob, just a quick update over on NBA. Quaker Valley with a pick 6 for a touchdown. The extra point is no good, so it's now 21-6. Bridgers leading Quaker Valley.
All right, the winner of that game, I believe, would sew up a playoff berth because both teams have beaten Hopewell, and the winner of this one, that's got to put one in the playoffs. And Ambridge has the edge, but there's a lot of football left at Mo Rubenstein. 1st down, Central Valley after the pickup of 2. This time, it is Alexander. He slips, but he actually is able to muster good yardage, picks up 5 down to the 44.
One thing you notice about Alexander, it's going to take multiple gray jerseys to get him down. The first guy is not going to secure the tackle on his own. He needs help and support from guys coming up.
And Studebaker owning the tackle for Avonworth.
Studebaker on the stop for the Lopes of Coach Duke John Core. 2nd and 5, Central Valley.
Pretty big game.
Excuse me, Jason.
Yeah, pretty big game for Moon tonight, and they now lead Bethel Park 9-0. Number 1 ranked by a lot of publications. Moon getting it done tonight so far.
2nd down, 3:25 to go in the half. Central Valley now back to throw is Johnson. As time is passed down the field, it is caught by Jamin Thompson inside the 10.
Wow, play action run to perfection there. The eyes were all flowing to Alexander, and then a perfect strike.
Oh.
Just beautifully thrown football by Antoine Johnson.
That was a rocket by Antoine Johnson. He had all night to throw, and he finds a streaky Thompson first down and goal at the 7-yard line. This time to give, it'll go to Alexander easily into the end zone. I don't know if he was touched on the far side, and that really has taken the spin out of the sails of the Avonworth Antelopes. It's 27-0.
It's just pretty much a flawless first half for Central Valley, and we talked about the field position all night long, but this was a long executed drive by Central Valley, a couple of big plays in it, and the Warriors piling it on at this point.
And they had to get their offense going this time, and they did.
We got a flag down on the extra point. I think it's going to go against Central Valley.
85-yard drive by the Warriors. And apparently it will – apparently the point was no good. It was no good. Well, no, it's offside against Avonworth.
They're telling everybody to get back on the field because it was against Avonworth, I believe.
That pass to Thompson, good for 42 yards. And the drive totaled 85 yards. So Central Valley will get another chance at the extra point with 3:02 to go in the first half. And they're going to try to run it in this time, being that they're inside the 2. Quick snap, and do they get the 2 or no? There's been no indication. Johnson kept it himself, and they get it in. Johnson gets the 2 after they unraveled the pile. They saw that he cracked the plane of the end zone. We'll take a minute timeout. 3 minutes to go in the half here in Ohio Township. It's Central Valley 29, Avonworth nothing on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
In sports broadcast, the pregame show will set the stage for the upcoming game coverage. In life, a pre-career start at the Beaver County Career Technology Center can set up your high school student for life. Did you know that graduates are making substantial wages, some over 6 figures? This is possible without student loan debt. It's true. With more, here's Beaver County CTC Administrative Director David Whitez.
This is David Whitez, Administrative Director at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center. BCCTC is proud to play a part in the new industrial boom in Beaver County. The training we provide for our students enables them to land outstanding and, quite frankly, lucrative careers in the trades, and has changed Beaver County in a very positive way, all at the same time.
Let the Beaver County CTC open doors for you in the game of life. Click bcctc.org.
41-0 in the second quarter. No score yet on Beaver Montour. I guess Laurel and Elwood's out there too.
I'll try and get both of those.
And the kick at the 9. Up the field. And Miller is stopped near the 20, and making the stop is Brett Fitzsimmons. So Avonworth will begin from their own 23.
Central Valley.
Well, this is a perplexing situation here for Avonworth. You obviously got to try and score. You're down 4 scores, but if you give it back to Central Valley, and Central Valley's able to put it in before the intermission, the mercy rule's invoked. So you got to be mindful and try and get a score here as best you can, but you got to keep Central Valley off the board as well.
So Nate Harper goes in the shotgun. And this time on the end around, and they get a nice gain of about 7. Well, not that many, maybe about 5. Now, last week, Avonworth beat Hopewell 50-0. What a difference 7 days makes.
Yep. No doubt about it. And, Bob, you were asking me earlier about a Beaver-Montour score. We have one at half that's tied at 7 between the Bobcats and the Spartans.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
That's
already
at Burko
the
Field in Montour.
Yep. Thomas J. Burko Stadium. This time rolling left. Harper has to get rid of it. He was heavily pursued. And now we have a Warrior who goes down. Could be a cramp.
Looks like it could be Merritt.
Yeah, and he's had some injuries.
It doesn't look altogether serious. It looks like it could be, as you said, a cramping issue, and that's exactly what it is.
Well, while they're working on Matt Merritt, we'll take a minute timeout. 2:43 to go in the half, 29-0 Central Valley here on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live.
Can you make a difference in the welfare of a fellow citizen by visiting your local credit union? Yes, when you choose Friendly Federal Credit Union. Visit Friendly Federal Credit Union in Aliquippa or Beta now, and when you donate cash to the 30th Annual Women's Center campaign, you'll be supporting and helping people who need it the most, and you'll be automatically entered to win a holiday gift card. No purchase necessary. Click friendlyfcu.org or follow on Facebook and Twitter.
Friendly Federal Credit Union. You got a friend.
Did you ever think you would see a day when nobody showed up for big city holiday parades or pro sporting events? This is Bill from Laughlin Insurance Agency in Rochester. If nothing else, this past year has taught us that things we never considered possible can happen and that nobody can predict the future. At the Laughlin Agency, your Penn National Insurance provider, we give you the ability to protect against loss during unexpected times. Who knows what the future holds? Visit LaughlinINSAgency.com.
3rd and 7. This time the pass, it's caught, and a first down. And Avonworth gets the much-needed first down. Fitzsimmons, that's Sean Fitzsimmons. And it's a first down for Avonworth at their own 36. Working on the clock, 2:30 left in the half. In the gun goes Harper. Quick sideline pass, and it goes incomplete. And that was Wilson on the coverage. Wilson and Thompson both with a pick tonight that have led the touchdowns.
Bob, couple other scores to pass along to you. Southside leads Seton LaSalle now. It's 22-3 Southside over Seton LaSalle, and Shenango on top of Rochester 10-6. Those are both second quarter scores.
Wow. Rochester's a banged up bunch. Shenango's been improving.
Olsh leading Northgate 6-0. That's another one to keep an eye on as well. Pass complete, and it could be a late hit in the backfield as well. As that ball was delivered, there was a hit, and it might tack on to this game. Roughing the passer, perhaps?
Where is the marker?
Way back. It was way back in the backfield. It was I think it might have been picked up already. But I'm going to guess roughing the passer. It's a guess.
Well,
personal foul, roughing the passer called against.
Yeah, you're right, Jason. That's going to add 15. And Avonworth's at least going to have a shouting chance to get on the scoreboard, as this will take it all the way down to the 43 of Central Valley.
And I also wanted to give you another score, Bob. You put me in charge over here of these scores, and I'm trying my best. Freedom and Mohawk tied at 7. That's also in the second quarter.
Already in the second.
Yep.
And that's a 7:30 start at Jimbo Covert Field at Bulldog Stadium. So the only score we don't have anything on yet, Western Beaver at Carleton. That one in Carnegie tonight. 3 receivers to the right for Avonworth. First down at the 42. And now the pass, it's caught. Nice catch. Quick out pattern by Faulkner. Alexander knocks him out of bounds, but a gain of about 5 down to the 37-yard line.
I saw Faulkner go up to get that and then immediately just protect the football. He's had it a couple of times tonight where he's had the opportunity to squeeze it and wasn't able to do so because of a good hit in the secondary.
Timeouts could be a factor, though. Avonworth has already used 2 of their 3. Pass down the field and a diving interception. Oh, my goodness, what a catch. You won't find a center fielder in the majors with a better grab. What a diving catch on the far side, and that's the third pick of the game for Central Valley.
Rylan Jeter just sprawling out to make that catch. It was almost like a center fielder diving to make a defensive play, but Jeter gets it for Central Valley, and a big night for the secondary of the Warriors this evening.
Well, you know, Avonworth has to be thinking, we haven't played teams, maybe outside of Stowe Rocks, who they pushed to the limit 1916, who can make those kind of plays. That is just awe-inspiring what Rylan Jeter just did. I mean, he just gave himself up, this time on the give, and it goes to Alexander. He gets about 9 of the 14.
Yeah, you don't necessarily just want to give up if you're Central Valley. You want to try and score here to put this thing away at the intermission. But at the same time, you don't want to do anything that will, create a turnover this late. So I think the best thing for them to do is just hand it to 23, let him do his thing, and hope they get a big play out of it.
Well, Central Valley has turned it over twice, but they've survived both of those. Now Alexander again sees a hole, and he's got a first down at the 23.
Yeah, because if you can get Alexander out there in space and he can make a big play, then you can get down to scoring position where you can try and attack, but you don't want to turn it over at your own end of the field.
Well, Mark Lyon sees 54 seconds left in the half. I don't think they seem to be in any hurry to add on.
Yeah, no, I think you just keep running it, and if you get yourself to midfield, then you can try and take a shot at it.
Well, looks like they're at least going to discuss the matter because Central Valley calls a timeout. And that's good enough for us to call a 30-second break. Central Valley football, 42 ticks left in the half, and the Warriors lead at 29-0 over Avonworth here on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live.
Community College of Beaver County is more than a place to build a career, it's a place to belong. With extra financial grants and less fees, programs that get you to graduation or on the job fast, flexible courses that come straight to you, and full support along the way, CCBC offers real learning for real life. Don't just attend college, experience it. Visit ccbc.edu to browse classes and get started, or call 724-480-3504 to connect with CCBC. You belong here.
Yeah, 21-12 now.
Ooh.
Quaker Valley missed the extra 2.
21-12. Anything late? I was getting the Blackhawk Aliquippa score, but haven't seen one lately on that. Now Central Valley looking at first down at their own 24. 42 seconds left in the half. Central Valley with one timeout remaining. Of course, we'll go over all the scores at the intermission. Dawn Rebel and Chris Harlan with the weekly segment for Trib Live, and just a dive play off the left side for Alexander. So it doesn't look like Central Valley really that ambitious to try to get more points. They have plenty in this first half.
Yeah, I think after that discussion on the sideline, the risk was too great relative to the reward for the Warriors, and they just run it out.
Well, we do have a halftime score from the Fry Transportation Update Desk. 28-7, Aliquippa leading Blackhawk. And the time runs out. The first half is in the books. Here from Lesnar Field in Ohio Township near Emsworth. And it's been all Central Valley. The score at the break, Central Valley 29, Avonworth nothing. We'll recap it after this 2-minute timeout for our proud game sponsors. Here on Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP, 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas. And, of course, across the globe on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
In sports broadcast, the pregame show will set the stage for the upcoming game coverage. In life, a pre-career start at the Beaver County Career Technology Center can set up your high school student for life. Did you know that graduates are making substantial wages, some over 6 figures? This is possible without student loan debt. It's true. With more, here's Beaver County CTC Administrative Director David Whitez.
This is David Whitehead, Administrative Director at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center. CTC is proud to play a part in the new industrial boom in Beaver County that enables them to land outstanding and, quite frankly, lucrative careers in the trades and has changed Beaver County in a very positive way, all at the same time.
Let the Beaver County CTC open doors for you in the game of life. Click bcctc.org. You are listening to the 74th season of high school football on Beaver County Radio. This presentation is being brought to you by the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Friendly Federal Credit Union, the Heritage Valley Health System, uniquely connected for life, click heritagevalley.org, and Fry Transportation, among others. It's the number one way to get into the game, tuning in to Beaver County Radio.
Hi, this is Bob Barrickman here for Fry Transportation. When it comes to school buses in Beaver County, it sure is hard not to notice the shiny Fry Transportation fleet. Fry Transportation has been a local family-owned Beaver County business for over 30 years. As any successful football team must be dependable and reliable, these same qualities have made Fry Transportation a champion operation. Best wishes to all local teams and safe travels to the gridirons this season. From your friends at Fry Transportation. But I marked it on a sheet. It is now halftime here at Lesnar Field. The Central Valley Marching Band on the field. And Central Valley has marched into the end zone on 4 occasions. And let's recap that. They really did a number on Avonworth on its first series, and they took over at the 27-yard line, and then Antoine Johnson ran it in from the 1 with 9:49 to go in the first quarter, and the extra point was good by Serafino DeSantis, and it was 7-0. And then Bryce Wilson picked off an Avonworth pass. 26 yards later, Landon Alexander capped it with a 12-yard run with 5:58 left first quarter. The extra point made it 14-0. And then Javen Thompson picked off a pass from Nate Harper, and they went 27 yards, and Thompson scored from the 1 with 3:32 left in the first period. The kick was good. It was 21-0. Avonworth finally got its offense on track, and they had a beautiful drive, but it was stalled on downs at the 15-yard line, and the Warriors, showing that they can move with a long field, they go 85 yards, and Alexander scores from 7 yards out with 3:02 to go in the half. And the big play in that series was a 42-yard catch by Thompson. Number 7 took it to the 7, and then Alexander took it the last 7. The extra point was no good, but Avonworth was offside, and then they went to the run, and Johnson fought his way into the end zone to make it 29-0.
And that's where we stand now. And really, to be honest with you, Avonworth came out in this first quarter and put themselves in such a tough predicament from a field position standpoint. On the opening kickoff, they lost the handle of the football, started from their own 10, went 3 and out, gave it to Central Valley. Easy scoring position for the Warriors. They take it in, and then the second possession, you turn it over in your own territory. And Bob, you mentioned this. On the first 3 possessions of the game, Central Valley began on their own, on Avonworth's 26, 27, and then 27-yard line, right, I believe, on the first 3 possessions. Yeah. That is not a prescription for winning football.
No, not at all.
Now, I do want to tell you, there are a couple of scores that I think you're going to want to take note of, and I know you're going to run them all very soon. But Freedom has taken the lead now in their showdown against Mohawk. It's 14-7. And also Rochester has seized back momentum in their game. They lead Shenango 12-10. That's at the half.
12-10 at the half. All right. We are going to take a timeout, and since you're on the scoreboard, brought to you by Fry Transportation. Cornell did defeat 1-0 way a forfeit with COVID problems, and with that win, Cornell has clinched the Big 7 title.
I find fault with that. Doesn't it have to be 2-0?
No, 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah, because they don't want to confuse a 1-0 game with a 2-0 game because that could be a safety. So it's a 1-0 win for Cornell.
I see. That's why I love you, Bob. You always got the answers.
Finally. Well, you know what? I think having Tom Hayes to our left visiting us, our former longtime broadcast partner, I think he brings out the best in me. I actually contributed something.
I'm anxious to see Tom. It's getting cold up here. I might have to snuggle with him if it gets any colder.
Well, I'll tell you, he's got a Central Valley Warrior football cap, doing a great job these days, doing the video stream play-by-play when they're at home. But they're on the road tonight, but they feel at home. 29-0 Central Valley. We're going to go right to our halftime segment with Trib Lives, Don Rebel, and Chris Harlan after this 1-minute timeout.
I just love my Tyler Mountain Waterman.
That's something I hear all the time. This is Stefan Sasek from Tri-State Waters. I'm the guy that is out and about delivering that Tyler Mountain 100% natural spring water. I'm everywhere from New Brighton to Old Economy. Tri-State Waters delivers, and I'm the one driving the truck. From Beaver to Raccoon Township, I'm the waterman they love and the waterman that delivers. We even go to Poland, well, Ohio that is. If you need home or office delivery, call today and ask for Stefan. 724-774-4644.
Have peace of mind that when an emergency strikes, we'll be there. That's why a Medic Rescue membership is so important. Medic Rescue has been Beaver County's #1 provider of emergency medical care and transport services for over 40 years. Our trained paramedics and emergency medical technicians are knowledgeable, experienced, and can evaluate emergencies quickly and accurately so that you get the life-saving care you need. Get the comfort that comes with a Medic Rescue membership. Call today, 724-728-3621. Medic Rescue, caring for our community.
Stretch Run Halftime Show, sponsored by SE Tire and Export Tire, your local tire experts. They work hard to earn your business. They have your size tire in stock. They can install it today. All the best brands at the best tire prices. Route 51, Bell Vernon for SE Tire. Old William Penn Highway and Export for Export Tire. It is week 8 of the WPIL football season, and as we have always done and will probably continue to do these last couple of weeks, Chris Harlan, we focus in on the playoff picture.
A little different this year. Different size brackets, little different the way they're picking, not the same number of teams from the same conferences. So it takes a little bit of learning this year to figure out how it all works.
Yeah, you know what? The smoke pilfers out of the head when I start learning. So, it's not a new pope we have. It's just me trying to figure things out. All right, here we go. In 6A, 5 teams make it. It appears we know the 5. 2 are officially in, Mount Lebanon and Seneca Valley. Central Catholic, North Allegheny can clinch with wins here in week 8. Cannon McMillan looks like they're going to get in. Looks like they're going to be locked into that 5 spot. The race now appears to be a battle for 3rd place, so you don't have to play in the first or in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, and that's an important one because the top 3 teams get byes. And 2 big games: Seneca Valley, Mount Lebanon tonight, North Allegheny at Seneca Valley next week. Those will, they'll probably decide there who gets that 3rd bye. And one other note: we still don't know where the 6A final will be played. The Devil Pill's probably going to say that sometime soon. We're going to find that out.
Secret. Okay. 5A, we'll start in the Big East Conference. Penn Trafford has clinched. Gateway Franklin Regional in good shape. Northeast Conference here in 5A, top 4 teams make it into the postseason. Nobody has clinched from the Northeast Conference because there's 4 teams tied for first place coming into week 8. Pine Richland, Penn Hills, North Hills, and Fox Chapel. Allegheny 6th Conference, 2 teams have clinched, Moon and Bethel Park, with Upper St. Clair oh so close.
Yeah, the Northeast Conference is interesting. Rarely this late in the year do you see a four-way tie for first place. And the way the games fall out, I mean, you could see a three-way tie at the end of the year with Penn Hills, North Hills, Pine Richland. That's not out of the question. So a little work for the committee, it might be to try to sort out what order those teams get seated in, because they've all beaten, if that's the case, they would have all beaten each other head to head too.
Could have the same exact thing as we moved on to 4A and start in the Big 8 conference, depending on how these last 2 weeks play out. Could have tri-champions. Bell Vernon, McKeesport, Thomas Jefferson have all clinched. Big one going on here in week 8 is Laurel Highlands Trinity. Laurel Highlands in with a win, Trinity in great shape if they are victorious. Greater Allegheny Conference. Now this conference takes the top 5 teams. The other 2 conferences in 4A, it's the top 4 teams. Hampton, the only team that has clinched. Armstrong in good shape. Greensburg, Salem in good shape. Plum was in good shape until the news came out earlier this week that they have to forfeit a contest. So now they're sort of in the fog coming into these final 2 weeks. Parkway Conference, Aliquippa is clinched. Beaver and Newcastle in good shape.
Yeah, what a big change that Plum having to forfeit to Mars too. I mean, that's a team that only had 1 conference win in Mars. If they get that forfeit win, now they're up to 2 wins, and they're right in that hunt still with a bunch of other teams. You know, everyone's at 3-2 or 2-3. Not only does it bad news for Plum, but really shakes up that conference, that forfeit loss.
Yeah, and it keeps, as you mentioned, Scott Heinauer's team alive. We'll take a look at the 3A race, the 2A race, and the Class A race when the halftime show, sponsored by Export Tire and SC Tire, continues on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Need new tires in a hurry? SC Tire has your size tire in stock. Install today. Before you hit the open road, see the tire experts at SC Tire. We do tires and we do them right. Before you hit the open road, see the tire experts at Export Tire. We do tires and we do them right. If it has wheels, we have the tires. Export Tire, your commercial tire headquarters.
Week 8 halftime show continues on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Don Rebel and Chris Harlan going over the playoff chase. We'll keep going now. 3A. Northwestern 6 Conference. Defending champion Central Valley and Avonworth. Those 2 teams hooking up here in Week 8. They have both clinched. Keystone Oaks, Quaker Valley, and Ambridge all control their own destiny. Allegheny 7 Conference in Class 3A. North Catholic has clinched. Freeport has also clinched. Deer Lake's 1 win away from clinching a playoff berth. And in the Interstate Conference in 3A, Elizabeth Forward is in. Southmoreland is close. Mount Pleasant close. South Allegheny close. It's been a while. 2012 was the last time the Gladiators made it to the postseason.
Yeah, I think Ambridge is an interesting one because earlier this year they had the longest losing streak in the WPL, longest active streak. They broke that one under first-year coach Sher McBride. Now they've got a big game tonight with Quaker Valley where, you know, if they got to win tonight, not only could they break that streak for losing, they might get in the playoffs this year. I mean, 2 wins looks like it would be enough in that conference. So a big one tonight with the Bridgers hosting the Quakers in Ambridge.
An amazing story to be their first trip since 2015. All right, Class 2A, 4 conferences. This a little unique in that the top 4 go from 2 of the conferences. Top 3 are guaranteed from the other 2. We'll explain all that as we go along. 3 Rivers Conference is one of those where only 3 are guaranteed. Stowe Rocks is clinched. Both Western, Beaver, and Southside are close, 1 win away from earning a playoff berth. Allegheny Conference, the other one that only 3 are guaranteed. Sarah Catholic is in. Steel Valley, numerous things would have to happen for them to not to get in. Steel Valley, Sarah, big showdown next week. Allegheny Conference and the 3 Rivers Conference, one of the 4th place teams will also earn a playoff berth. That's because in the Midwestern Athletic Conference, they'll take 5 teams. Laurel, Neshannock, Beaver Falls have all clinched. And in the Century Conference, Washington, Chartiers, Houston, and McGuffey have clinched. 1 more team will come out of the Century.
Yeah, I think 2A really shows how the WPL changed the way it's doing conferences and playoff qualifiers and everything this year, where before they tried to get evenly sized conferences, so the conferences would all have about the same number of teams. This year they went away from that. Now you're seeing it. Some will have 2 or 3 more teams than another, or they tried to make it more geographically friendly and said, hey, if it doesn't work, we're not going to take a team and make them go somewhere else that's not close by. We're going to just make it a bigger conference. And then they came up with a formula. Bigger conferences get more teams in the playoffs. Smaller conferences get fewer teams. It's the first time, and we'll see how it works. I think it has promise. We'll see how teams like it here as we get into the playoffs.
Yeah, the emphasis on geography in making up those instead of sending some team off and wild goose chase every road game. Making it fit, making it work, and kudos to the committee for thinking outside the box in that situation. Finally, Class A, 3 conferences, top 5 teams go, so it'll be a 15-team tournament. Big 7 conference. Cornell threatening to run away and hide with the conference championship. They have clinched a playoff berth out of the Big 7. The other teams in pretty good shape: Rochester, Shenango, Olsh, Fort Cherry. In the Eastern Conference, Clareton has clinched, Bishop Canevin has clinched, Greensburg Central Catholic and Leechburg close. Leechburg, that would be their first playoff team since 1988, ending the longest drought. And in the Tri-County South, West Green has clinched, Carmichael's has clinched, Mapletown, California, and Monessen looking pretty good.
Yeah, Leesburg making the playoffs could be the story of the year. It's just, like you said, 1988, the longest streak. They had the longest absence from the playoffs by 12 years. I think next closest was Brownsville for 2000. So, 1988 for Leesburg. They got 2 games, Imani tonight, Greensburg Central Catholic next week. They get 1 win, like you said, and they're in. What a big win that'll be for Leesburg if they get it in the next 2 weeks.
Halftime show sponsored by SC Tire and Export Tire. Enjoy the second half here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
And thanks again to Dawn Rebel, Chris Harlan, the weekly segment from Trib Live. And we are back here at Lensner Field. Let's go down the Fried Transportation scoreboard and the game here in Ohio Township. Central Valley all over Avonworth in this battle of conference unbeatens, 29-0 at the half. On WNBA, it's gotten a little interesting. Ambridge leading Quaker Valley 21-12, but the Bridgers were on top 21-0. Good one going on at Moon. Moon leading Bethel Park 9-0 at the half.
Just to update you, they just began and Moon has now extended that lead. It's now 16-0 in the third quarter.
Okay, so the Tigers try to stay undefeated. Peters Township was leading West Allegheny 14-7 in the second quarter. Aliquippa 28, Blackhawks 7 at the half. Beaver and Montour even at 7 in Robinson Township at the intermission. Keystone Oaks was ahead of Hopewell 41-0. Hopewell still winless, and it's going to remain that way, unfortunately. Beaver falls at Neshannock, and Neshannock leads that one 16-6 at the half. New Brighton leads Riverside 13-0 at the break. Laurel on top of winless Elwood City 34-6. A later start at 7:30, and Freedom has a 14-7 lead over Mohawk. Western Beaver 29, Carleton 8. Southside leading St. LaSalle 22-3. Rochester, good one with Shenango. The Rams lead 12-10 at the half. Northgate was up 8-6 over Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. And due to the COVID, Cornell is a conference champion. The Raiders win 1-0 by way of forfeit, and that clinches the Big 7 title. What a story. Ed Dawson, a team that went 1-6 a year ago. They beat Rochester in the showdown last Friday night 14-7. And they win the conference title because of the forfeit. And congratulations to the Raiders. Great to see some new blood like Cornell stepping it up.
Yeah, that's not a team that I would have said coming in that they're the favorite to win that conference. As you said, 1-6 a year ago, but Coach Dawson getting it done.
They sure did. And another score that we might try to get you something on tonight, Chartiers Valley at Newcastle, and that is a 4A game. Tomorrow, Geneva at Case Western Reserve. It'll be a 1 p.m. airtime, 1:30 kickoff in Cleveland. Jason Colangelo and Bruce Fry with the call of that one, and that gives me an opportunity to say I'll be at a wedding tomorrow. Congratulations to my godson, Evan Lacey, and his bride-to-be, Liz, on their exchanging nuptials. Congratulations there. And tomorrow night we have the Penguins hosting Toronto, 6:30 airtime, 7 o'clock face-off.
Char Valley does lead Newcastle at Taggart Stadium. That is a 7-0 Chartiers Valley lead, and that is at the intermission at historic Taggart Stadium.
Historic. All right. Both teams are back out on the field. Let's take a 2-minute timeout, and the second half is coming your way. It's 29-0 Central Valley leading Avonworth on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
In order to call the right play, you have to be able to communicate. Dental hygiene not only affects appearance and eating habits, it can also have an impact on your ability to speak clearly. Dr. C. Timothy Lip wants you to keep your teeth in the game, and he has a playbook designed for success so that you can call the right play or even call an audible. Get suited up for a win, or at least a winning smile, by joining Dr. C. Timothy Lip's team in Beaver Falls or Robinson Township. Visit lipdentistry.com.
They say imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. If that's true, then people must really be impressed with me. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, Jim Riggio from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. You see, at this time of year, lots of people try to look just like me and put on their superhero outfits as costumes. The only difference is, at the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, we act like superheroes all year round with service that would make any Cape Crusader proud. This is the Aquaman from Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Jim Riggio, wishing you a festive and safe Halloween. Click bfwater.net.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. By Barrickman, here for electric garage door sales in Monaca. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers. Dial 724-774-3200, and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors and LiftMaster garage door openers. With over 50 years of experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Give them a call, 724-774-3200, or find them online at electricgarageDoorSales.com.
Can you make a difference in the welfare of a fellow citizen by visiting your local credit union? Yes, when you choose Friendly Federal Credit Union. Visit Friendly Federal Credit Union in Aliquippa or Baden now, and when you donate cash to the 30th Annual Women's Center campaign, you'll be supporting and helping people who need it the most, and you'll be automatically entered to win a holiday gift card. No purchase necessary. Click friendlyfcu.org or follow on Facebook and Twitter.
Friendly Federal Credit Union. You got a friend.
And returning to Lensder Field, right now it looks like we're getting a little, I don't know, fog or mist coming from the far side, or was that a firework or whatever?
The band had a performance of Star Wars. And at the very end of the performance, they had fog overlaying the field. And then, I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but I think it was Darth Vader that came through the fog.
You're just a star then.
I'm not a star, and I never got into the Star Wars stuff. I think at that time in my life, I was probably watching football.
Well, you know what? I'm with you on that one. But you know what? They made enough money without our help. That's for sure.
They weren't lacking for viewership.
That's for sure. We want to thank again the crew up here with Jason and myself. The Walsh combo, Curtis the son, Keith, the father, handling one of the cameras, and Gavin Reese helping with the camera and the scores, giving Jason a hand, and also back at the desk, as always, Malik Garrett. And Malik and Bruce Fry will bring you the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show. More playoff berths will be extended tonight. These two teams are already in, but the winner, and right now it appears it'll be Central Valley, would be the number 1 seed coming out of the conference in 2 weeks at the 22-yard line, and that's Thompson. Not much of a return, though. Good job by Avonworth on the special teams. Central Valley will move it from left to right from their own 26.
I think if you're the Warriors here, a touchdown drive ends this game. So probably what you were discussing at the intermission is let's pound the football in, get it in, and get it to 35 so that clock continues to run. I think that you want to end it for all intents and purposes right here on this possession. And if you're Avonworth on the other end of things, you got to try and make sure that doesn't occur so that you can stay in this football game.
So Central Valley on offense as we start the third quarter. And getting the call, and that's going to be a marker, and that's going to bring it back.
Fumble!
There's a loose football.
He's rolled down.
They said that the play was whistled dead, and Avonworth was looking for a break. And now another marker is on the field. There was one in the backfield, and you have to believe that there's one maybe out of angst for Avonworth for maybe arguing the call on the field, which was that the ball was whistled dead.
Yeah, so we got a lot to sort out here. I think it's going to be a holding call of some sort against Central Valley, but then coming back the other way, it's going to be 15 for if it's not a warning. It could be a warning, I don't know. But
well, I don't think it's a sideline warning. I think something happened. Something probably was said on the field, but we'll let the officials tell us about it. But 2 markers on the field, and
you're going to see one of those rare instances here where the official marks off 10 and then marks back off 15 the other way, if that's the case. That doesn't happen too often.
You're right. We got the hold on Central Valley. No suspense there. And now we're going to have a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Antelopes.
So that's a 10-yard spot foul. Then we're going to come back 15 yards.
Yeah, it has to be.
And when all the dust settles, we're going to have, I would guess, about 1st and 7. Does that sound right to you, Bob?
Well, if the marker, if the infraction occurred at the line of scrimmage, then it would be 1st and 5. But
I think it was behind. I think it's going to end up being 1st and 7. We'll see. This is going to be interesting.
They started from the 20, and now the penalty will take it to the 34. It'll make it first down and 4.
Yeah, so I was off by 3 yards, and you were right again, as always.
No, I was a yard shy, but that's okay.
1st and 4. You don't see that very often, right?
That's rare. Well, the scoreboard's showing 1st and 3, so we'll split the difference. A long 3 for Central Valley, but it could have been a bad start, but then unsportsmanlike conduct call. And this time Alexander easily gets the first down off the right side. They paved the hole. Good block up front. And leading the way on the block, and that was Jack Bible, who paved the way for Alexander to get to the 44.
Hey, Bob, Dee Dixon is one of our viewers tonight, and she wants us to wish her husband, Ty Dixon, who is also Central Valley's wide receiver coach, a happy birthday. And how the heck could you get a better birthday gift than to watch the number 1 ranked Central Valley Warriors going to town at 29-0?
Well, happy birthday, Tyrone Dixon. He has coached at the major college level, decided to come back home, and he's helping Central Valley. And Landon Alexander with another big run takes it down to the Avonworth 43 and another first down.
Yeah, we love interacting with our Facebook viewers, and great to see Dee checking in. She says, "Go Warriors," and boy, it's been a big night for CV thus far.
Well, not that I was worried about Central Valley getting their 21st straight win, but I thought it would be closer at this point. But there's still a lot of football. You never know what can happen. This time, Alexander again, he is stopped at a pickup of 2 down to the 42. And Avonworth just dug itself a big hole early on, giving Central Valley 3 possessions. The worst field position was the 27 on their first 3 possessions. And with that kind of an offense, they hardly broke a sweat at getting into the end zone 3 times. Avonworth threatened, but they were stopped on downs, and then Central Valley went 85 yards for the score. This time Alexander up the gut again. Brett Fitzsimmons with the call. Gets down to the 38. They'll need about 4 on 3rd down. 9:42 to go, 3rd quarter. 29-0 Warriors.
I think this is 2-down territory for Central Valley here. They don't have that big lead. As I said, they would like to deliver the knockout blow and end this thing right here and now.
Yeah, I don't think there's much fear that they're going to go for it if they don't get the first down. But they do get the first down, and it's goodbye time. Brett Fitzsimmons says hello to the end zone. Fitzsimmons goes 38 yards for the touchdown, and it's 35-0, and you can run the clock almost with every play, no matter if it goes out of bounds, because it's 35-0.
Yeah, just a really impressive drive and a pretty workmanlike night here for Central Valley. Just putting in the time, getting it done, and running away with this thing.
And DeSantis will try for the extra point. It is up, and it is good.
One is up and good to give Central Valley a 36-0 lead with 9:16 remaining.
And that drive for Central Valley amassed 74 yards, and they did it all on the ground. We'll take a 30-second timeout. I'm a little surprised that I'm talking about the mercy roll just 2 minutes and change into the 3rd quarter. We'll be back. 35-0 Central Valley on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live.
Navigating healthcare should be easy. Heritage Valley Medical Neighborhoods offer the care you need most in one convenient location. Access walk-in clinics, primary care, lab, diagnostic imaging, and other services at one of Heritage Valley's 7 medical neighborhoods. There's no need to travel far for quality health care. Find a medical neighborhood near you at heritagevalley.org. Heritage Valley and you, uniquely connected for life.
Now DeSantis puts the ball at the 40. And Avonworth, a team that came in with only 1 loss, a 3-point set. Number 1 in Stowe Rocks. They were hit with a brick and a stone tonight, and getting out to the 34-yard line. Jason, this is the 2nd time I've seen Central Valley this year, and coming off a state championship win, some people said, well, this team may not be quite as good. They lost a couple key seniors, a number of them exactly. But, they might not have that explosion, but they still have so many efficient players. Their defense is phenomenal, and the offense is very methodical. And when you have a guy like Alexander, run them, and they're doing it, and look what the score, 35-0.
They're pretty sound on the defensive end. They're a team that doesn't make a lot of mistakes defensively, and as you mentioned, with Alexander's efficiency in the run game, it really puts you in really good position to win a lot of football games, and obviously we know that Central Valley has done exactly that.
Good gain on 1st down, the 7-yard pickup by Brandon Bigarelli. So it's 2nd down and 3, Avonworth at their own 40, 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Next week, Central Valley will close the regular season hosting Hopewell, whereas Avonworth will travel down the road on 65 to take on Quaker Valley. This time, the handoff, and they got the 1st down, and a nice some running by Bigarelli down to the 45 of the Central Valley Warriors.
Yeah, they faked that pitch out to the left side. All eyes drew to the left side, and then they just handed it off, almost like a mini Statue of Liberty right to the fullback, and pounds it up the middle.
1st and 10 Avonworth at the Central Valley 44. Avonworth trying to get into the end zone, give himself something to build on, and this time to give maybe 3 down to the 41 to Bigarelli, getting a lot of carries in this third period. We now are coming down to the 7-minute mark. Of course, we'll look at the other scores going on. The game on WNBA, it was at the half. It was 21-12, Ambridge leading Quaker Valley. And we'll have scores throughout this second half from the Fry Transportation Instant Update Desk. Second down, Avonworth. Their deepest penetration was the 15, but they were stopped there on downs. Now on second down, Harper looks. Harper forced out of the pocket. He takes off, and he's got all kinds of room to run down the far sideline, and he's got a first down inside the 25 of Central Valley.
Right around the 25-yard line. Nice play there by Nate Harper.
So Nate Harper saw a wide open field to the far side, took advantage of it, and picks up about 22 on the run.
1st and 10 at the Central Valley 25.
But keep in mind, we are now running with a mercy clock. If I said 35-0, I'm mistaken. It's 36-0. Central Valley leading. The mercy rule clock is in effect. Central Valley did get a 2-pointer on their 4th touchdown, and with DeSantis' kick, it's 36-0 Central Valley. 5:35 to go in the third quarter, and a run for about 3. The line of scrimmage now the 20-yard line. Avonworth will head to the playoffs, but seemingly as a number 2 team in the conference. Now it's Harper, and his pass, and it's caught. It's going to be a first down. He finds Faulkner, and it's a first down for, looks like the receiver coming up a little bit gimpy, trying to get back to a spot. And it's first down Avonworth at the Central Valley 14-yard line. Sam with the run, and Sam picks up about a couple yards.
Close to the 10-yard line.
Well, New Brighton and Freedom could be headed for a big showdown next week. The Lions now lead Riverside 20-0. Gavin Reese with that score.
Make it 27-0.
27-0. New Brighton leading Riverside.
Eric Montanez with a touchdown.
And we're going to be at Oak Hill next week, because that Freedom New Brighton game could very well be for that final playoff spot. Remember, 5 teams in the MAC get to the postseason.
Now, when you say we, is that the plural we? Is in you and I, or am I getting ahead of myself?
Yeah, we could discuss that. We haven't chosen yet a WNBA game. We're working on a couple. Avonworth now 3rd down and 6 at the 11. Harper looks. Harper throws, and it is not caught. I think the receiver caught it, but he was out of bounds midway into the end zone. And now a late marker is on the field, and I don't know what would have happened.
I don't know if they were disputing the call on the official, or somebody from Central Valley may have said something.
Well, why would somebody for Central Valley say something when it was the pass was ruled incomplete?
Yeah, just woofing a little bit, saying you couldn't catch it, whatever, and I think they got a little out of hand. I think that might be the call.
If it's taunting, well, let's see. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Central Valley. So what's been a pretty solid evening, at least for the moment. there's a sour spot as it's first down for Avonworth at the Central Valley 5. This time they will get nothing and maybe lost a yard on first down. This Central Valley defense has a lot of pride. They don't want to give up a score if they can do anything about it.
Bob, just to give you a quick couple of scores here, Beaver Falls is watching things slip away against Neshannock. The Lancers are now up 23-6 midway through the third quarter.
What was that score again?
23-6, Neshannock up on Beaver Falls.
Wow.
And Beaver and Montour remain tied at 7. They're in the third quarter as well.
So Neshannock, well, more on that in a moment. It's going to be first down. No, Central Valley.
Yeah, that was not an automatic first
down.
down.
No, that was not a first down.
Yeah, it was
and
a half the
Central
distance.
Valley will take over on downs. And Alexander with the run, and he almost broke free. He gets out to the 15.
The unsportsmanlike was not an automatic first down. It was a half the distance penalty, and that brought up fourth down.
Okay, and they did not get the first down.
No.
So good point, Jason. It was not an automatic first down. And as it turns out, Central Valley takes over on downs, and they'll start from their own 3-yard line, and they get 7 to the 10. Second down, a minute and a half left in the third quarter, 36-0, excuse me. Taking away that extra point that Central Valley has mustered. And this time on second down, it's Fitzsimmons for a couple off the left side. So Central Valley leading 36-0.
Bob, speaking of taking over, the Quips have done just that. They're in the mercy rule now. It's 42-7 Quips. That game started out 7-7, but the Quips have reeled off 35 unanswered.
Boy, Aliquippa. That's the only team that has really tested Central Valley this year. They lost 21-12. Boy, the Quips are really on a roll. And this time, around the left side, and that goes Alexander. Hops over a defender. He's down the sideline. Gets to about the 30. That'll be a first down. And Landon Alexander entertaining us again.
You know what Alexander does well, too, is he sets up his blocks on that play. He's directing traffic, using his blockers to ward off defenders, gain extra yards. He's been impressive all night long, just as we expected.
Central Valley does not have to snap it again in this third quarter, and they might just wait. Well, they're kind of tiptoeing to the line of scrimmage, and they are going to let the clock run out. And that's going to do it for 3 quarters. They could not get the snap off on time. We've completed 3. Central Valley with a touchdown to necessitate mercy roll. Fitzsimmons on a 38-yard run, and that made it 35, and then the extra point by DeSantis. We go. Central Valley heading for their 21st consecutive win, and the defending state champions lead Avonworth 36-0 after 3 here on WBVP 99.3 FM, Facebook Live, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the Drug-Free Community Support Program. Now in its 4th year of serving Aliquippa, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. The Drug-Free Community Support Program in Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
So that's 12 then, right? Is there like
4? I think the 4 gets buys, right?
Yeah, I think in 3A, I think 4 teams get a bye.
And they're into the fourth quarter now. Beaver and Montour still tied at 7.
Still tied at 7. Wow. Central Valley football at their own 30. leading 36-0 over Avonworth. Central Valley took a 21-0 lead before you could get your seat warm. And then they tacked on a touchdown in the second period and one in the third to bring the mercy roll into effect. This time, the give, and it goes, and that's Alexander, and Alexander has rung up another big one, a gain of 18 to the 48-yard line, and another first down for the Central Valley Warriors. They'll give them 19 to the 49. Well, Duke John Core had to wait a year after not getting the chance to play Central Valley last year because of a COVID situation. It was deemed a no contest. This time on first down to Alexander, and he's racking them up, and now a late marker comes in after he gets about 8 yards.
Quick update at Newcastle. It's now 14-14, tied up Central Valley, or Chartiers Valley, I should say, in Newcastle.
And that's a huge one. We know Aliquippa's in, and we pretty much know Blackhawk's out. After that, it gets testy.
Well, we got the wrap-up show to put everything in perspective, right?
Brought to you by Falcone's Moon Township, Malik and Bruce. And they're going to tack on yardage. Somebody said something that didn't agree with the man dressed in stripes. And this is 15 yards against Avonworth, and that's just simply a frustration foul. It's been a tough night for these Antelopes. And, I mean, they're a good football team, and tonight's not going to change that. It's just that they got behind so much so quickly, and trying to play catch-up against this club is very, very difficult.
And there are holes, and then there are holes that you can't dig your way out of. And tonight was just that for
Johnson in the end zone. Bingo touchdown! That is Javen Thompson. And that'll make it 42-0. 28 yards on the touchdown. And Central Valley is putting on another CV clinic.
Yeah, they've done it on the ground all night long, and when they've wanted to go through the air, they've had success there as well.
And the extra point is good, and that, well, that drive, excuse me, was it 97 yards? I believe it was. I started at the 3.
Yeah, I was trying to think if they started at the 3, if it was a little ahead, but you might be right on the mark there. Bob Moon has continued to pour it on Bethel Park. 30-0 now. The Tigers pitching a shutout over Bethel Park.
What a story. That's one of the big stories of the year. Ryan Lynn and the Moon Tigers undefeated. Well, 9:38 to go here. Do you have any further update? Ambridge and Quaker Valley.
21-12, but Ambridge deep in Quaker Valley territory.
Okay, and they're in the third quarter.
They're in the third quarter.
That's on WNBA with Mike Azadian and Bruce Fry. Bruce will step out of the press box, and he will join Malik Garrett for the Falcones wrap-up immediately following our postgame brought to you by Electric Garage Door Sales. We already have one final. We had it before we went on the air. 1-0. Cornell beats Fort Cherry to clinch the Big 7 title. Fort Cherry, a COVID victim. This time on the return, and they get it out past the 20 to the 23. And that's where the home team will put it in play. Well, there's a lot of football to be played, and any team is beatable, but somebody has to play very, very well to beat this Central Valley bunch.
No doubt about that. Final score in from Keystone Oaks, Hopewell, 54-6. Keystone Oaks over top of the Vikings.
54-6.
That's
so
our first final of the night.
On the field, 54-6. Cornell did not have to snap
correct.
it.
Yeah, of
well,
course, you're right.
On the field. That's why I just added
that
anecdote. This time the pass, nothing there on the sideline pass to Faulkner.
I thought that was a trick question that you were throwing at me on the field there. But, yeah, you're right.
On the field, first final, Keystone Oaks a winner. First final period, Cornell 1-0. And they don't have to worry about Gardner points or tiebreaker points. They win the conference outright. The worst they could do is get one loss. Everybody else in the Big Seven has at least two. So congratulations again to Ed Dawson and the Raiders for winning the conference championship. Faulkner on the reception, and the tackle made by Central Valley's Ryland Jeter. It'll be third down, and they need 5 from the 30-yard line.
Boy, a group that deserves accolades for Central Valley. Of course, you can pretty much heap praise on anybody, but that secondary has played terrifically tonight.
The hold this team scoreless. I mean, Avonworth came in tonight averaging 33.7.
But, Bob, they had the 3 interceptions, and they pretty much made every tackle
Pass
they needed
caught.
to.
Looks like that's going to be enough for a first down at the 35. And that is Miller on the reception. And at this point, Avonworth just wants to get points and take some kind of salvation into their game next Friday night in Leedsdale against Quaker Valley. Central Valley will host Hopewell, so you're going to have an undefeated team against a winless team. And you just have to feel for Matt Weiss and the Vikings. Hopefully better days are ahead. And this time out of the pocket and a sack in the backfield. And getting in there first for Central Valley was Jordan Kanzeski.
Karzuski on the sack for Central Valley.
6:35 to go in this one. 43-0 Central Valley. A game that we had every reason to believe it would be somewhat competitive, but it's just one of those nights. Pass caught, nice catch on the square out. Hauling it in is Faulkner. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down at the 41. 6 minutes to go here at Lesnar Field in Ohio Township.
Bob, Mohawk is now taking the lead on Freedom. It's now 20-14 Warriors over the Bulldogs.
Well, if that ends up Mohawk's way, I think that pretty much sews up a playoff.
And the Northgate Flames now lead Olsh 15-13. That's also a third quarter score.
Well, they're playing for the second prize there. And Rochester, what's the
18-16 now. Rochester. Shenango had taken the lead, and Rochester got it right back.
All right, that's a good one at Shenango tonight. This time the pass a little behind the receiver, and it goes incomplete. And that was third down. Now it's fourth down and 3, and you have to figure that Duke Johncourt will go for the first down. So that score you just gave me, Jason?
18-16, Rochester.
Rochester trying to bounce back after last week's loss to Cornell, a game that we had on 1230 and 99.3 FM. This time a bobble, look out! And now picking it up and throwing, and it's going to be incomplete. A gallant effort by Miller to try to catch it, and there is a marker on the field, so let's check out the flag.
What happens here is it could be an eligible man downfield because they don't necessarily know where the quarterback's at as he's rolling out to the right, unaware of what happens. And if you're a lineman, you're kind of caught in no man's land.
Well,
but it's in a pass interference
call.
So.
No, it's going to be a penalty against the Warriors.
Yeah, I thought I had that all diagnosed, and I was
absolutely wrong. I was gonna say you're right, Jason, because Nate Harper was close to passing the line of scrimmage, but Central Valley guilty.
Beaver Falls has got a touchdown back. It's now 23-14. They're still late in the third quarter, so still time for the Tigers, but they got to get busy.
Yeah, they're still 2 scores behind the Lancers of Neshannock.
57 seconds left in the third quarter in that game.
Beaver Falls on a 4-game winning streak. Now Harper looks. Now we're flag, and that might be a pass interference call against Central Valley because we saw Miller hit and he took a seat, and or a pass interference call. Looks like that's going to go against the Warriors.
New Brighton has added a score as they called the hold against Central Valley. New Brighton's added a score in their game. Gary Pugh to Montanez again for another touchdown. 34-0 now, the Lions over Riverside.
Well, Riverside coming off their only win last week against their rival in Elwood City, but tonight, no contest at Memorial Field in North Swickley Township. New Brighton and Freedom next Friday night. I don't even really believe what matters on the outcome of Mohawk and Freedom. I think it's still going to come down to Freedom and New Brighton for that, maybe that fun, but we have a lot of time to talk about that. Rolling left, looking, and now having to run out of bounds and maybe gaining a yard. Harper just couldn't find an open jersey colored in red.
Yeah, Harper's had to run for his life a lot tonight, and he hasn't been able to set those feet, move into throws.
And with the mercy clock and the play going out of bounds, the clock continues to run, 2:40 remaining. Avonworth would like to get on the board. It's 2nd and 11. The gun and the draw play. And it will go to Kitsutano, and he'll get inside the 30. Now that'll be a pickup of 6. Bring up 3rd down and about 4 for a first down. With 2:07 to go. Central Valley now going with some second-line defensive players, but they would like to pitch the shutout tonight. Pass and caught. Boy, it was almost picked off by Bible. They're going to say that it was complete to Miller.
Yeah, Miller just fought for that football and was able to wrestle it away, but you mentioned that Bible had the inside track on it for a second.
But it's going to be 4th down and 2 at the 27-yard line. They're going to need, or 26, they're going to need 2 to, they need to get to the 24. A minute 28 to go. This is your game right here, not win or lose, but just if Central Valley, that could be a shot. No, they'll get the pass. It's complete down to the 21. That'll be they find Faulkner, and that will be a first down for the Antelopes at the Central Valley 21. And that's the only suspense remaining. Will it be a shutout, or will Avon get a 6? Miller on the reception, and John Core racing back. He can get a snap and just, well, now they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, we got an injured
No, we got
Warrior.
an injury, you're right. And it looks like it's Rylan Jeter.
And it's a cramp.
And 11 seconds to go. Surely Duke John Core would have called for a timeout. He wants his offense to get into the end zone. But he's going to be okay. Look, he's just kind of trotting off the field. He's going to be fine. And now they might have a couple plays, because if they don't get it here on 1st and goal.
How about a nice round of applause for all the players and the cheerleaders and band members who provided a nice run.
So seconds remain in the game. And the give.
Hayward gets the call.
He got in.
And he is in for the touchdown. So the shutout is averted.
Yeah, and there was a single second left, so that means we're going to have to kick it off.
And was that Miller? Was that Miller?
No, now they went to 0, so maybe the officials are. There was definitely a single second left on the scoreboard, but I think that's it. I think that's it, Bob.
Well, I thought maybe by rule they would try to kick the extra point. It really won't matter, probably even in the tiebreaker point situation. So we'll go with that for the final. They get a touchdown, and was that Miller on the score for the touchdown, the last run? Hilliard. Okay, thanks, guys. Hilliard on the touchdown run of a yard. Final score, Central Valley 43, Avonworth 6. Our Electric Garage Door Sales postgame show coming up next on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
Navigating healthcare should be easy. Heritage Valley Medical Neighborhoods offer the care you need most in one convenient location. Access walk-in clinics, primary care, lab, diagnostic imaging, and other services at one of Heritage Valley's 7 medical neighborhoods. There's no need to travel far for quality healthcare. Find a medical neighborhood near you at heritagevalley.org. Heritage Valley and you, uniquely connected for life.
How can I help my child to make positive choices?
Start with a conversation. Start making the difference.
Beaver County Parents, is your child between the ages of 10 and 14? If so, Keystone Wellness Programs is offering the Strengthening Families program in your area. This free program is designed for families to have fun together while learning ways to promote family bonding and communications. For more information about upcoming sessions near you, visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org.
Paid for with PA taxpayer dollars.
Listening to live sports on the radio in Beaver County is a tradition. This is Craig Fontana from Moon Township Ford, and I ought to know. My dad, Bill Fontana, has called games for over 50 years. Beaver County people know a good call when they hear one, and the best call you can make is to buy your next new or used vehicle at Moon Township Ford. Click moontownshipford.net or visit Moon Township Ford on University Boulevard.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
I just love my Tyler Mountain Waterman.
That's something I hear all the time. This is Stefan Sasek from Tri-State Waters. I'm the guy that is out and about delivering that Tyler Mountain 100% natural spring water. I'm everywhere from New Brighton to Old Economy. Tri-State Waters delivers, and I'm the one driving the truck. From Beaver to Raccoon Township, I'm the waterman they love and the waterman that delivers. We even go to Poland, well, Ohio that is. If you need home or office delivery, call today and ask for Stefan, 724-774-4644.
Can you make a difference in the welfare of a fellow citizen by visiting your local credit union? Yes, when you choose Friendly Federal Credit Union. Visit Friendly Federal Credit Union in Aliquippa or Beta now, and when you donate cash to the 30th Annual Women's Center campaign, you'll be supporting and helping people who need it the most, and you'll be automatically entered to win a holiday gift card. No purchase necessary. Click friendlyfcu.org or follow on Facebook and Twitter.
Friendly Federal Credit Union. You got a friend.
Hi, this is Bob Barrickman here for Fry Transportation. When it comes to school buses in Beaver County, it sure is hard not to notice the shiny Fry Transportation fleet. Fry Transportation has been a local family-owned Beaver County business for over 30 years. As any successful football team must be dependable and reliable, these same qualities have made Fry Transportation a champion operation. Best wishes to all local teams and safe travels to the gridirons this season. From your friends at Fry Transportation.
Did you ever think you would see a day when nobody showed up for big city holiday parades or pro sporting events? This is Bill from Laughlin Insurance Agency in Rochester. If nothing else, this past year has taught us that things we never considered possible can happen and that nobody can predict the future. At the Laughlin Agency, your Penn National Insurance provider, we give you the ability to protect against loss during unexpected times. Who knows what the future holds? Visit LaughlinINSAgency.com.
And it's now time for Electric Garage Door Sales post-game show. We expected at least a competitive game here tonight. Central Valley having to make the trip to a one-loss team, but it was never close. Central Valley had great field position. Their first three series of downs, the 27, the 26, and the 27 of Avonworth, and they scored 3 touchdowns, and really there wasn't a lot of drama tonight in this battle of conference unbeatens, and Central Valley rolls to a 43-6 win over Avonworth. The first series ended on a run by Antoine Johnson with 9:49 to go in the first quarter. The extra point by Serafino DeSantis made it 7-0. Alexander scores on a 12-yard run. That's Landon Alexander, the leading rusher in the WPIL. He did that at the midway point, about 4 minutes left in the first quarter, and that was set up on a Bryce Wilson interception. The kick made it 14-0. And then a Thompson pick. Javen Thompson gives Central Valley a short field, and Thompson himself scores on a 1-yard run with 3:32 to go in the opening quarter, and the extra point made it 21-0. In the second quarter, Alexander scores on a 7-yard run to cap an 85-yard drive. The big play was a 42-yard catch by Javen Thompson. And then they missed the extra point, but there was encroachment against Avonworth. They line up for the 2, and they got the 2-pointer as Johnson took it in to make it 29-0. And then early in the third quarter, Brett Fitzsimmons scored from 38 yards out on a run to cap a 74-yard drive, and the extra point made it 36-0. That necessitated the mercy clock. Thompson scores on a 28-yard reception with 9:38 to go. 97-yard drive for C. The kick was good, 43-0. And on the final play of the game, Avonworth averts the shutout. They get a 1-yard run by Hilliard, and then they did not attempt the extra point, which I think by rule they should have, but I don't think too many people are complaining. I don't think it's really going to be a factor when they figure out the playoff seedings in the Northwestern 6. Final score, Jason Colangelo, Central Valley 43, Avonworth 6.
Yeah, it's not a lot to analyze in this one because early on in this football game, the die was cast as Avonworth started out in a hole on their own 10-yard line and just kept digging that hole deeper and deeper and deeper as the half progressed. And it got so deep that there was really no chance for them to ever emerge from it. And Central Valley heaped dirt upon that hole in the second half and just kept running away with it.
All right, we'll be back. We're going to announce our Community College of Beaver County players of the game. Our Electric Garage Door Sales postgame from Ohio Township rolls along as Central Valley rolled to a 43-6 win. We'll continue our coverage on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports. It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. By Barrickman, here for Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers. Dial 724-774-3200, and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors and LiftMaster garage door openers. With over 50 years of experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Give them a call, 724-774-3200. 888-43200 or find them online at electricgarageDoorSales.com.
Community College of Beaver County is more than a place to build a career, it's a place to belong. With extra financial grants and less fees, programs that get you to graduation or on the job fast, flexible courses that come straight to you, and full support along the way, CCBC offers real learning for real life. Don't just attend college, experience it. Visit ccbc.edu to browse classes and get started, or call 724-480-3504 to connect with CCBC. You belong here.
In order to call the right play, you have to be able to communicate. Dental hygiene not only affects appearance and eating habits, it can also have an impact on your ability to speak clearly. Dr. C. Timothy Lip wants you to keep your teeth in the game, and he has a playbook designed for success so that you can call the right play or even call an audible. Get suited up for a win, or at least a winning smile, by joining Dr. C. Timothy Lip's team in Beaver Falls or Robinson Township. Visit lipdentistry.com.
Community College of Beaver County is more than a place to build a career, it's a place to belong.
Hi, this is Bob Barrickman here for Fry Transportation. When it comes to school buses in Beaver County, it sure is hard not to notice the shiny Fry Transportation fleet. Fry Transportation has been a local family-owned Beaver County business for over 30 years. As any successful football team must be dependable and reliable, these same qualities have made Fry Transportation a champion operation. Best wishes to all local teams and safe travels to the gridirons this season. From your friends at Fry Transportation.
They say imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. If that's true, then people must really be impressed with me. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, Jim Riggio from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. You see, at this time of year, lots of people try to look just like me and put on their superhero outfits as costumes. The only difference is, at the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, we act like superheroes all year round with service that would make any Cape Crusader proud. This is the Aquaman from Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Jim Riggio, wishing you a festive and safe Halloween. Click bfwater.net.
How can I help my child to make positive choices?
Start with a conversation. Start making the difference.
Beaver County parents, is your child between the ages of 10 and 14? If so, Keystone Wellness Programs is offering the Strengthening Families program in your area. This free program is designed for families to have fun together while learning ways to promote family bonding and communications. For more information about upcoming sessions near you, visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org. Paid for with PA taxpayer dollars.
Keysport's up 14.
Wow, jeez. And we return to Leinster Field, pretty quiet. It was a quiet night for the home team. Avonworth looking to make some noise, but 3 quick touchdowns by Central Valley set the tone, and the Warriors cruised to a 43-6 win over Avonworth. 21 straight wins for Central Valley, and they will head home next week to cap off their regular season against a Hopewell team that has not won a game. We're going to go down the Fry Transportation scoreboard, but first of all, we're going to announce our CCBC players of the game. Always tough when you have a team that looks good on both sides of the football, as Central Valley did. Tougher to pick one from a team that really struggled for the most point. But Jason, by rule, one player from each team are CCBC players of the game.
Yeah, not a lot to write home about offensively for Avonworth, but when they were able to generate a big play occasionally, most of it came from Nate Harper, either through the air or with his legs. So the quarterback was able to extend some plays, and what little they did offensively was usually centered around what Nate Harper was doing from him as a signal caller. And for Central Valley, although honorable mention goes to that defensive backfield, and in particular Javen Thompson, I thought played stellar tonight. The guy that stirred the drink offensively, so to speak, for Central Valley was Landon Alexander, coming in averaging 11 yards a game or 11 yards a carry, and I don't think he did anything to hurt that average tonight.
No, not too much. He did pretty well, and a deserving winner. Of course, you could have gone a couple ways with Central Valley, but the invites will go out. The letters will be sent out to Nate Harper of Avonworth and Landon Alexander of Central Valley are CCBC players of the game. They'll be invited to a future coaches corner at 7 on a Wednesday night.
This just in from WNBA. Ambridge getting another score. They now lead at 28-12 over Quaker Valley, so it's still a 2-score game technically with the 2 extra twos, but it's 7:42 to play in regulation. 28-12. Bridgers looking to go to the playoffs.
All right, so looks like that would put them in. Sherman McBride, first year at the helm.
And you want to hear this one, Bob. Beaver Falls has cut the lead to 23-22 with 5:31 to play in regulation.
23-22.
5.5 minutes left to go. So Beaver Falls not done just yet.
Not quite. We have a lot more to go in our Electric Garage Door Sales postgame show. We'll come back and take a look at those scores when we return. The final score here, Central Valley 43, Avonworth 6. And you heard it here on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
Community College of Beaver County is more than a place to build a career, it's a place to belong. With extra financial grants and less fees, programs that get you to graduation or on the job fast, flexible courses that come straight to you, and full support along the way, CCBC offers real learning for real life. Don't just attend college, experience it. Visit ccbc.edu to browse classes and get started, or call 724-480-3504 to connect with CCBC. You belong here.
In order to call the right play, you have to be able to communicate. Dental hygiene not only affects appearance and eating habits, it can also have an impact on your ability to speak clearly. Dr. C. Timothy Lip wants you to keep your teeth in the game, and he has a playbook designed for success so that you can call the right play or even call an audible. Get suited up for a win, or at least a winning smile, by joining Dr. C. Timothy Lip's team in Beaver Falls or Robinson Township. Visit lipdentistry.com.
The law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Attorney Chuck Garbett.
Well, we tell them, number one, they cannot guarantee the result. All we can guarantee is the effort and an honest evaluation. Not every case goes to court. Most of them settle. There's a reason most of our cases settle out of court, and that's because over the years, the insurance companies have realized that when we're involved in a case, we do prepare that case as if it will go to trial. And we aren't afraid to take a case to trial. The insurance company keeps a book on the lawyers. There's a lot of lawyers out there that yell and scream and they pound their chest and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But they haven't seen an inside of a courtroom maybe in 30 to 40 years. And the insurance industry knows that. Well, with us, it's a little different.
For your free consultation from the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, call 724-658-8535 or visit them online at lgkg.com.
Navigating healthcare should be easy. Heritage Valley Medical Neighborhoods offer the care you need most in one convenient location. Access walk-in clinics, primary care, lab, diagnostic imaging, and other services at one of Heritage Valley's 7 medical neighborhoods. There's no need to travel far for quality healthcare. Find a medical neighborhood near you at heritagevalley.org. Heritage Valley and you, uniquely connected for life.
And our final segment of the Falcones, or I should say the Electric Garage Door Sales postgame show, the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show, comes up next. And let's get you up to date on the scores. Ambridge, they're not done yet at Mo Rubenstein on WNBA, but leading off the Fry Transportation scoreboard, Ambridge leads Quaker Valley 28-12. So if Ambridge would win, that would put them into the playoffs. I can't think of any way that they would not get in. They would get in because of their victories over Hopewell and Quaker Valley. So the Bridgers are getting close, still not a done deal. Moon, all over Bethel Park. It was 30-0. Last score we had Peters Township 14, West Allegheny 7. Aliquippa was on top of Blackhawk convincingly, 42-7. Beaver and Montour overtime, 7-all, and that's the second week in a row that Beaver has gone to the extra session. Final score, Keystone Oaks 54, Hopewell 6. as Jason just noted, Beaver Falls gets a touchdown and a 2 that cut the gap to 1. Neshannock 23, Beaver Falls 22. Still time for the Fighting Tigers. New Brighton shuts out Riverside 34-0. Laurel was up 34-6 over Elwood City. Mohawk had a 20-14 lead over Freedom. Western Beaver all over Carleton 29-8. Southside 22-3 over St. LaSalle. Those were earlier scores. Last time we heard, Rochester was on top of Shenango 18-16. And let's see, Our Lady of Sacred Heart's taking a 19-15 lead over Northgate. Newcastle was on top of Chartiers Valley 28-14. Cornell wins 1-0. No, there's not a 1-point way to get it on the field, but they win by forfeit 1-0. Fort Cherry, a COVID victim. And in baseball, Houston could close it out. They lead Boston 1-0 in the 4th inning. And Jason, any changes? I know Beaver was looking at 2nd and 15 from the 15, 2nd and goal, more or less, from the 15. But I don't know if Montour had an opportunity with the football. Okay, Beaver has just scored a lead 14-7 in overtime. So, oh, my goodness. Well, I know we have the Falcones wrap-up, and Malik might be able to get you final. We're not going to stay here indefinitely.
Montour does get the chance. Beaver had the ball first.
Okay,
I can tell you that.
Yeah, because Alan O'Caldy does a great job helping us with scores from Beaver. He did text saying Beaver scores and leads 14-7 in OT. So Montour will have a chance to answer that Beaver touchdown. But you're going to have to find out on the Falcones wrap-up because it's time for us to bow out. And we want to thank the fine folks, Gavin Reese and Keith Walsh on the cameras, Curtis Walsh keeping us on the air up here on Facebook, and, of course, at the studio, Malik Garrett keeping us on the air, period, on the radio. And that's Beaver County Radio. And Malik and Bruce Fry will bring you the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show. And we still have action on WNBA. I don't know if we could go to that or not, but that'll be Malik's call. If we want to wait until that game is final, really, before we go to the wrap-up. If we could get the final moment of that game on, fine, but we'll bow out here. For Jason Colangelo and the gang, I'm Boyd Barrickman. Final score tonight, Central Valley 43, Avonworth 6. In a few minutes, the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show till 11, the Trib Live scoreboard show till midnight. Good night, everybody. Jason and Bruce have Geneva football tomorrow, 1 p.m. It all begins in Cleveland against Case Western here on Beaver County Radio. Good night, everyone.
How can I help my child to make positive choices?
Start with a conversation. Start making the difference.
Beaver County Parents, is your child between the ages of 10 and 14? If so, Keystone Wellness Programs is offering the Strengthening Families program in your area. This free program is designed for families to have fun together while learning ways to promote family bonding and communications. For more information about upcoming sessions near you, visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org.
Paid for with PA taxpayer dollars.
The law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Attorney Chuck Garbett.
Well, we tell them, number one, they cannot guarantee the result. All we can guarantee is the effort and an honest evaluation. Not every case goes to court. Most of them settle. There's a reason most of our cases settle out of court, and that's because over the years, the insurance companies have realized that when we're involved in a case, we do prepare that case as if it will go to trial. And we aren't afraid to take a case to trial. The insurance company keeps a book on the lawyers. There's a lot of lawyers out there that yell and scream and they pound their chest and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But they haven't seen an inside of a courtroom maybe in 30 to 40 years. And the insurance industry knows that. Well, with us, it's a little different.
For your free consultation from the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George, call 724-658-8535 or visit them online at lgkg.com.
It's the big game of the week, and you've got the best seat in the house. Play-by-play coverage on Beaver County Radio. Today's game is provided in part by Medic Rescue, Keystone Wellness Programs, click KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org, Drug-Free Aliquippa, the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George, LGKG, and the Lockwood Insurance Agency, among others, right here on Beaver County Radio.